Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry, we're late, guys. We just got
Democracy called.
Spreading
Yeah.
democracy.
Yes. Did you guys like that? I hope you did. That was a lot of fun. The first Saucy Gaming stream. It was a lot of fun. Saucy
Yeah, you
Gaming.
were doing like tier 6 at level 8, so
I'm proud
it
of
wasn't
us.
like it was easy. Yeah.
Very
I'm just a
proud.
natural at democracy. What can I say? I like it. Yeah.
It was like, there's a titan behind me. There's a charge behind me. I'm running to you. Oh, okay, let's kick it off.
Oh, time for Disparu's microwave. His
Yeah.
tea's done.
It's just announcing that we're here.
Yes. Oh, thanks, Hokies. Pin, please. I forgot. Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They liked that. Okay, absolute riot. Well, noted, guys. If you guys enjoyed that, and we will try to do it more.
We'll step up the difficulty each time to make it more of a
I
disaster.
think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know the levels of difficulty. I think I'm at like 7 or 8 with the
Yep.
Sundays?
7's interesting because that's when super samples come in, so you can start upgrading your ship. So that's like you have to scour the map for them. It's quite interesting.
It's the PP thingy. At least that's what Garrett said. The PP statue, or
I mean, I would have described it more of a fist, but yeah, I mean, I could see that.
oh wait, it was a fist. I think I just
Oh,
got something
okay,
on
you
the
just had it
brain.
on the mind. Yeah, it was just on the brain.
Happens
It
when I'm
looks
thinking
that
about democracy. Apparently,
Yeah,
I
well,
know. She's just like, wait, that way
This-
it calls.
there's nothing more interesting than managed
pointing to
democracy.
democracy.
No, when I said spread managed democracy, I never meant this.
Oh no!
Spread
Oh, thank you,
democracy,
Rick.
not your legs.
Right off the bat, Stephen D. Leon for $2. My 3 favorite lesbians. Well, excuse me, sir.
We're gonna get our U-Haul soon. We've been together way too long.
I know. It's been like,
Yeah.
usually it's only 2
Gotta
weeks.
reduce
till
the
we move
living
in. It's been a
expenses.
few months now.
This is my longest lesbian relationship.
This would be anybody's longest lesbian relationship.
Oh no.
Less domestic abuse as well.
I did shoot Mark, and then he killed me. So
That's true, but it still wins.
yeah, that's true.
That was so funny. It's like, Mark, I'm going to shoot you. And then he shot you. And then the moment you died, everything went to hell. Everything dropped. He was like, we need to take revenge.
It's
And like, everything
karma.
dropped from the sky.
That's why I
Yeah.
was afraid to shoot the Kesar, because I wasn't sure if that was going to start something, which it did.
Oh, no, it was just coincidence. It wasn't something triggered the other thing. It was just funny. It was like, no, we need to take revenge. I
Yup.
love that weapon, though. It is just disposable anti-tank, but infinite. So.
Yes. By the way, we're starting a new coalition called Hot Girl Gaming, since we're
Oh,
all
yeah.
lesbians
Yes.
here.
This was the leader.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Disparu's the leader.
Obviously. I'm a 10.
No, girl, you are 15 out of 10.
Yes, always. I was going to have to make at least £5 million a month and have
Just being
15
naked.
different Ferraris that they drive simultaneously.
I actually kind of like the idea of starting a hot girl gamer club. It's just for poops and giggles, nothing actually about it. Instead of black girl gamers, you know.
Hot girl gamers.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
The most depressed of groups.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, for
It
real.
actually
Do you
is
see
more
what's happening in
impressed.
gaming? Like, see, I lost my
You don't
voice. I'm
like
so upset about it.
Yeah, I'm so upset that with democracy. If only going to spread it further.
It's
No,
Mars
no,
Samantha.
Hot girl gaming further.
Valma did have something about that. It was like because they just don't appreciate what they have, and so the entire end of Valma was about if we get an ugly woman and put her in a hot woman's body, she'll be unstoppable. Because she'll like appreciate the privilege and take advantage of it.
That's why people who are, you know, the glow ups from when you're a kid, you really do appreciate it more.
It's true. Can confirm.
They've lived at both ends of the spectrum.
Let's just say I understand it too. But hey.
So I mean, I know we like it's been so long since we've chatted. How are you guys doing, Xray and Disparu?
I'm good. I'm good. Speaking of games, Dragon's Dogma. I actually like love that game. I just wish I had more time to like do 8-hour streams like Az does. Unfortunately, my butt hurts after sitting on it for so long. But
It's just a weird thing to say. Unfortunately, my butt hurts, and so I can't play it now. It's like, what?
Doesn't that ever happen to you guys?
Yeah, if I sit for too long, absolutely. I can't sit for too long. Like if I do a long stream, I have to like go away for a second and just like stand up. Even I can't.
Yeah, I know. When Mark was
I do tend to go for walks quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was like, let's do another game. Let's do a short one and another one. I'm like, no.
I need to stand up.
Need to get up.
Does he have a different chair than you though? Because those gamer chairs are nasty.
He's got the couch.
No, he's on the freaking couch. He's reclined. He's relaxed.
He's like,
yeah,
I'm
so
ready.
he does have a different. Yeah, it's probably the chair that's making you like hurt. Like this is a 24/7 chair, so it's like I forgot what they called it.
Is it the kneeling one?
Well, this is I think it's Steelcase Leap. But there's different ratings for chair. Like some of them are meant to be used for 24/7.
I need one of those. It's called a bed.
Yeah,
I'll stream from my bed.
She's gonna stream in her bed.
Those chairs, they're literally the most boring types of chairs that you can get.
24 hours.
They're just better.
In the bed, just take a nap in between.
Oh my god. Yep. Napping stream. I don't think I'd want to sleep on stream, to be honest.
No, even though it's so strange how much of a following some of that has. Like there's people that just nap on stream. And it's just like them in their bed, just like regularly sleeping, and they have like hundreds of viewers. And I'm like,
the meta at one point was they were playing other people's videos while they were asleep, so people were just watching the videos.
Oh,
yeah,
but if you wear a green screen, green outfit, you could just play it right on you.
That's true. Yeah.
So did you guys see that Twitch is like they keep changing their terms of service?
Oh, they changed the policy so that you can't zoom in and fixate on intimate body part. Now, what is intimate, right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they define it, because they will get pushed up to the line, then they'll cross the line, and then they'll ban it, and they'll take one step back and try and find another angle around it. That's what's happened on Twitch for years. They
can't keep up. It's like it's just
well, most people would just ban them. It's like, no, we know what you're doing.
They make them money. If they didn't have them on Twitch, Twitch would die.
They need them at all.
Yeah,
just a little slap
because
on
they
the wrist.
think that it makes them look like they're taking the more
sets an example, but letting them back on is saying we'll bring you back after you got in trouble. So
it's like a holiday for them. Yeah, they just take the week off.
Yeah, it really though. Jadine, thank you for the $9.99. Hey y'all, my son is really into Batman the animated series that I watched when I was a kid. That's a good series to get into. Awesome. A great series. Love that one. Ian says you can't play Fortnite on your butt. Don't do it.
I saw someone
did.
Someone was watching a Trump rally through their butt. I saw
there was boobs. I thought it was boobs.
It might have been.
He was just paying attention to the rally.
I mean, I could see through him, whatever it was. So,
he cared more about the rally.
I believe in the Jeff from Coupling, his statement. He said, an ass is God's way of saying, as long as you've got cleavage, we don't care which way it's facing.
Oh, you got to sit at the front and the back.
Very gentlemanly.
Well, not necessarily.
That's true.
But at least you've got two chances.
There's a chance, exactly.
That's what Russ just said. I said boots.
Boots?
Boots. Either way, there's cleavage. You're German for a minute.
Oh my god.
Okay, so since we're talking about gaming, I guess that's a good segue into our first topic here. Shout out to the Park Place for this article here. I can't. Park Place. This is oh god, she looks like she wants to like beat somebody up.
Oh my
And
god.
Grums
the
for all the
intention.
tweets. Yeah, she's like, I don't want you to feel comfortable.
Can you scroll in more? I cannot read
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
for the life
Sorry.
of me.
There we go. All right.
Ah!
So
My old eyes.
So, Compulsion Games community manager Katie Robertson claims, I hate gamers, after previously claiming white male gamers were a mistake.
Literally built the gaming industry.
Wow. So
They
you
were a
are in
mistake.
the gaming community and you hate gamers.
Mhm.
Like,
White
that
male
makes no
gamers,
sense.
though, specifically, they were a mistake.
No, not specifically. No, after. So at first, it was
at
just that
first
group.
it was
And now
this.
she's widened it out to all
You know what?
gamers.
I just hate all of you, but buy
Yeah.
my game.
Actually, no, I was being too picky there. I mean, them especially, but now everybody else as well.
The wild part is if we see what happened
She just
with
hates
like
democracy.
movies and TV shows, this is what they did too. It's like it's the audience's fault. They never said it. We hate the audience or the fans. They just
Well.
called us raists and phobes. So
Basically the
they're
same
taking it a
thing.
step further with this. And girl, if you're not having fun in your industry, go to another one. There are a ton of other jobs you can do.
Yeah.
Well, then it's far more difficult to get hired when you don't know what you're doing. Like in this, she's just a community manager. So they're like, oh, that's the ironic thing about a community manager. Your job is to make the fans like you.
Community.
For instance, what Helldivers 2 does is they come out and they like leak things bit by bit. They'll put it in the game. You'll have the CEO going, don't believe in the blue lights. They're not real. They can't hurt you. And everything is about making the fans get more interested in the game. And she's like, I want you all to piss off, please. So
Mhm.
Pika
That face is
Chulita
so
is her
sour.
name. Yeah. And her name is Pika Chulita. Okay.
That's fun to say. I'm not gonna lie.
But-
Yeah, a little bit.
Pikachu.
Pika Chulita. It sounds like a drink.
I guarantee
fancy
if you could like get
Mexican drink.
inside her head when she was taking that photograph, she was like, yeah, this is making me look tough. That is
I
like,
am
aren't I
hot
so strong and
and
independent?
tough. I'm gonna beat all you gamers up. It's
Pick up
wild.
a controller, I'm gonna get you.
Why do you want to work in this industry?
I just hope she never walks past a
Oh my
strong
god!
magnet.
And she says Asians are white adjacent. They've always been saying that. That's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
You're
Because
guilty
they-
by being adjacent. Like,
The-
what does that mean?
Well, because they're driven by like envy and jealousy, they hate everything else that everyone else has, and they don't believe any of them earned it, and they just desperately want it themselves.
Oh
So
my
anyone
God.
who is like more successful will enter the hate group because I want what you have, and for me to have what you have, you need to get out of the way.
And they need
What?
to do it the easy way, which is to dominate and take you down, which to me means you didn't earn it at all.
Well,
And
that's what DEI stands for. Didn't earn it.
Absolutely. Didn't earn it.
Didn't he?
I
Didn't
know
earn
that.
it.
I can't take credit for it. I read it earlier today. I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah. And all of that is insane. Like you could have had a community manager of someone who has literally been part of the community. I don't know what games these are. And I think that would have been a better way. Like the way like Gary hires is based on interest and availability, and just he's very lucky. He's just found good people that are interested in the topics. This girl is not interested in the topic whatsoever.
Well, yeah, but also
No.
the way most businesses work, like I'm assuming, if Gary took somebody on as like a trial period and they released a video and it was awful, he's not
He
going to
would've
get you to do another one.
Oh yeah.
Whereas she's coming out and saying, I hate my customer base, essentially, and they keep her on.
Not getting fired. That in itself should be a fireable offense.
Well, yes.
Why are you making
most
fun of the customers?
most contracts have a thing that if you bring the company into disrepute, they can fire you. And
Which is what happened to Kara, right? Even though it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, wasn't it just because
Yeah.
like from tweets that she liked and they were like years before that too, that someone just did a deep dive on her Twitter, right? Something like that, or who she was
Yeah.
following.
Because you hurt my feelings. Oh, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
People-
it's a bit of a contract catch-all term. Like, as long as they can make an argument that somehow you've offended the company or harmed their reputation, they can just get rid of you.
Yeah, that's
I think they need to get rid of this girl. What were her tweets?
Okay, so here we go. Let's click on
Honestly,
it.
I hate gamers. I mean, that's one of them.
Oh, here we go. It takes us right to it. All right. Asian and white, aka white adjacent. That's just
Racist?
Those-
Wait, I have a
Yeah.
racist gong. Okay, continue.
I have a gong. I'm happy and proud
I mean,
to
admittedly,
announce-
if I had that same gong, calling out a racist gong would definitely take on a different meaning.
I'm
don't
happy
get
and
it.
proud to announce that I've joined the amazing team at Compulsion Games as their new
It
community
sounds
manager.
very Asian.
It does. So she's very happy to have joined a team that's supposed to be surrounded by games, but she hates gamers.
I'm happy to
Okay.
make money, is basically what she's saying.
Yeah. After spending 9+ years in the gaming space as a content creator, I'm excited to begin my journey.
What did she make?
I don't even know who she. I know. What was she? Was she a gamer? I don't know. And make impact on the other side of the industry. Okay.
This is she apparently what I believe. Let's see, Pikachulita. Was
Yeah,
she
look her
a Twitch
Let's
streamer?
do
Maybe.
Let's do a deep. Probably that's my guess.
She's
Oh.
listed under Doritos. A 2022 change maker?
Okay, so she has a Twitch, 15.9K
Oh, yeah?
followers.
Content creating on Twitch for over 7 years. So she's been gaming, but just hated, presumably, a significant part of her Twitch audience as well. She just never told them. Because if she told them, they're not going to stay, are they?
Yeah. She played games like Ghostwire Tokyo, Splatoon 3. So, I mean, she's played some games. But she's definitely not. Oh my God.
Well, if you've been on Twitch for 7 years, you've played a lot
What
of
you want me
games.
to? You want to share? Hold on.
Can I just her bio?
I was gonna say pronouns.
Her,
Obviously,
she, her, black, bi/pan, femme,
it's not the
womanist,
same thing.
community
By
plus.
the way, the whole femme thing is because they don't want to say female because it's offensive.
yeah.
You want to know something about
And
the whole
womanist is a replacement for feminist as well.
womanist?
don't-
What?
yeah.
I never even heard that before. So the whole bi
Because
pan thing,
womanist
like when
could
this
include many people.
when
Yeah.
this first started, and I didn't know what like pansexual meant. I had a friend who like we don't really talk anymore, not for these reasons, but like she was a little more like on the lefty side, we'll say. And I'm like, what's pansexual even mean? Like I asked, and she explained it to me, and I was like, so it just means bisexual. And she didn't know how to explain to me that I was wrong. Like I wasn't being a jerk
Yeah.
either. I was like, it means the same thing.
So the
Now-
only person
No.
who's pansexual is Captain Jack from Doctor Who because he does it with aliens.
I don't know. Who that
Technically
is.
true, yes, but only really true because aliens might have more
Different
two.
parts.
Well, no, they might have more like than two genders. That's the whole point. Is like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't, you'd like basically anything. I could go for any, like you could look
Yep,
like a burrito.
it's all about the
I'd just be like,
personality.
"Ah, fine."
But if we're
Yeah.
just talking about humans, then you know,
It just means bi to me because I don't,
I'm open
that's
to
a whole nother
anything.
conversation.
I know.
But I'm
Before
just
we
saying,
get
so I
down
wasn't-
another rabbit hole,
I'm just saying, like, the point of that was I wasn't being malicious or anything. I literally didn't know what it meant. This was like years ago. And like, I asked, and when she said it, she didn't know how to like tell me that, like, no, it's not the same
Yeah.
thing because it's basically the same freaking thing. So,
Well, it depends how far gone you are.
exactly. Like, I'm not gone. So to me, it's the same thing.
That's why it's always been interesting that people have this idea that it's quite a recent development. It's not. You just didn't know about it. This
There you
is
go.
something
There's
that's
a
been
great
like
explanation right there.
it's been well that used to be a joke over. I can't remember who said it, but he's like, I don't care what you do with them as long as you wash them first.
oh my god! I was thinking what Gnome de Plume was saying. I'm not bringing it up because just in case, but
It's like, yeah, as long as you wash them before doing a fry up, that's fine.
I love all the kitchen jokes in the chat right now.
But no, this has been like fermenting in various different groups for decades, essentially. And then as they got more power, it became more and more open, and then it got like into governments and the law, and now everybody's in on it, and you have to agree with it, whatever. So, it is.
Real
This
evidence,
isn't
the
new.
same thing.
my son is in the chat.
Jay's Asian son for $4.99. You want a diversity story? I'm the mixed secret son of a white man and an Asian girl who's married to a disabled man. Love my blended gaming family.
It's great
You
for
know,
parking.
you only get diversity points because Mark's your father-in-law or something. You're pretty much white.
Oh
He
no!
does.
actually,
No, that counts. That counts. He doesn't have a leg. That's definitely an oppressed group.
Ian,
say,
thank
he
you for
can
the
park
50
wherever he wants.
pounds. Game developer. Oops, I meant I hate all gamers. Phew. Fix that.
Yeah. Oh, what
Thank you
were
for
her
the
other
50
tweets? Sorry,
emails.
I like showed her Twitch and then totally derailed it. I
Oh, you
wanted
took
to see her
go
other
back.
tweets.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
like-
it's fine here, and we'll get to the rest of the super chats, guys. I want to try and make
like,
sure
glad I
that
didn't
we
step on
stick
that
to
landmine.
topics. You know, sometimes we go off and then we don't get to the super chats that are topical. So sorry, I'll try to fix that. Oh yeah, let me share my screen. I'm sitting there looking at it, about to start reading it, and you guys can't see anything. I'm a
Yep.
professional, I swear. So the main character of Hazel was swapped shortly after Sweet Baby Ink's involvement from white to black.
And she's
What
more
game is it?
covered too.
What game is this?
I don't know.
Hazel is the name of the character, right? It's not the game of the game, right? I don't freaking know.
And no one's gonna buy it anyway. Like,
Yeah, he's like, this doesn't matter. No one's gonna buy it.
You have already sunk your game. Congratulations. Well done.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a Microsoft game, maybe. Oh.
Like,
Yeah, it
this-
is because so this is like, oh no, this is a whole different thing. Hold on, we'll get to it. Did I miss anything? Oh, here we go. It also came in the wake of Compulsion Games supporting Crystal Dynamics trigger warning of Tomb Raider with the remastered Tomb Raider trigger warning
No,
for
no, no,
what?
no.
Her big boobs? What? I don't
from what-
understand it.
From what I
Why?
remember from Melanie's
It's right there,
videos,
the trigger warning.
she
Oh, here we
she
go.
was but the actual game, because the Tomb Raider remake was apparently great, but it came from a different company. So Crystal Dynamics put this message on, but they had nothing to do with the rest of the game. So the game was good. Nobody liked this, and this was the only thing that came from them.
So
A
the
trigger
game-
warning.
Here's the trigger warning. This game was in collection. The games, I can't even talk. The games in this collection contain offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices. These stereotypes are deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values at Crystal Dynamics.
The
Rather
reason
than removing this
stereotypes
content,
exist,
we have chosen to present it here in its original form, unaltered, in hopes that we may acknowledge its harmful impact and learn from it.
the reason stereotypes exist is because enough people noticed a pattern of reality that it became a living meme. To get
Probably
offended
that
by
too.
stereotypes is to get offended by an actual physical reality. It makes you look like an idiot.
Well, and the funny part is if you don't like the IP, why did you buy it?
Exactly.
point?
It
Just
doesn't
make
make
your own
sense
crap.
because you want to make money off of it. They know they were going to make money off of it, but they're like, wait, we got to cater to, the crybabies that are going to get offended by it, but we still want to make money. So we're going to put it out, but put this disclaimer to make everybody happy.
You
I-
mean
I-
yourselves happy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because there's two groups. You've got the company as like an objective institution that wants to make money, but the people in the company don't. Like, they don't care. They get paid either way, right? So
Yep.
they have now taken a job for easy money where they hate the customer base, hate what they're doing, and are simply using it as a platform to get their beliefs through to other people and force it in. They don't care whether it's profitable or not. And I think you actually end up with two people on opposite sides ending up in the same position. You've got all the people in those companies that disagree with them. They can't speak out because they'll get fired. And you've got all the people there who are speaking out and they absolutely despise their position and they would really prefer to work somewhere else, but they're not capable or intelligent enough and they don't have the skill to, so they're stuck. So in the gaming industry at the moment, you've got everybody is stuck in a position they hate but can't get out of because they need to make money to keep their families alive. It is an
It's
absolute
a-
mess.
Kind of catch 22 to be in this industry, and if you're in the entertainment industry with movies and movies and TV shows, it really sucks because I wouldn't want to be in that position, especially the ones where I want to make something good, but my bosses are telling me I have to do otherwise. Like, they're wasting their money on this DEI stuff, especially with the like Sweet Baby Inc., consultant agencies. Like, why have them when you should do your own? Like, it's your ideas. I don't understand why you're having a consult for that.
It's because they go under one of the moral foundations being everybody is equal. And because they think everybody is equal, that means everyone's interchangeable. And so they can take anybody from any group and insert them into this, and they will do exactly the same quality position as anything else. And so because they've got all these checkboxes, they hire the checkboxes and don't realize that if you don't actually care about the capability of the person, that person will be worse than if you did. And so they genuinely are probably very surprised that all these things are ass. And they don't realize that as long as this is your belief system, it will inevitably be awful because you're hiring for the wrong ideas.
Yeah, and people are still going to probably play Tomb Raider 1 through 3, but not the other stuff.
Yeah. So they retweeted it, saying video games are a product of the times they were created in. As we look to recreate and remaster these stories for modern audiences. Ugh. It's important to consider. I know it's important to consider the implications of these harmful portrayals and do our part to rewrite new history, not repeat it. Just make your own games, and like they're gonna fail, but just leave the old games alone.
They are saying the quiet part out loud. We want to rewrite new history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm? We want to take what came before and then
change it to what we like. I'm surprised they haven't done that because at least given their trigger warning.
Oh, they're starting. I mean, look at
what do you think all the remakes of Disney movies are?
And then actual history, like Cleopatra. Oh yeah. Are you talking about games? Yeah, we're going all over on different things. He's like Disney. I'm like, look what they did to Cleopatra.
No, but definitely Disney. I agree. Disney has done that.
Oh yeah, with the live action. Like, I mean, come on. The Little Mermaid, the animated one, is what's brought them up. Like they were plummeting, and then the Disney Renaissance started with the Little Mermaid animated movie. It was the one that brought them back and started that awesome strain of like wonderful movies that they put out in the 90s. And then they do this live action that's just garbage. Not only did the casting is like obviously was not right, but move that aside, the actual story, they changed it. They make it so that Prince Eric. They made it so Prince Eric was like the minority. He was on an island of all Black people. He was adopted. He washed up on shore. The most ridiculous rewrite they did, because Xray will probably agree with me. As little girls, when you're watching Eric save her, like when he turns the ship into Ursula and saves Ariel, it's like, yay, he saved her, and like it's all cute and stuff, and it shows like Triton and everyone like how he really cares for her. And the live action, she does it and it looks so stupid. She's a mermaid, she's flopping over to the wheel, and just it looks so bad and so dark and bad CGI. So it's just like little things like that they changed, and it's like it's so sad. Like you have a wonderful story, and if you're gonna do a live action, okay, I always say if you're gonna add to it, make it better. Don't change it and just make it.
They think they made it better. That's the problem.
Yes.
But the numbers will tell them different. But they don't. They're like, nope, I don't see that. I don't see that flop. What are you talking about?
Because then they just say you're racist for not coming to see our movie.
Yeah,
they don't see
that's what they go with everything.
Yeah, they don't see the writing on the wall because they choose to live in denial and delusion.
Exactly. Absolutely. They want it's kind of sad because Disney was such a powerhouse, like with us growing, even before we grew up though, like when
it
Disney
was like easy money. You're like,
yeah, it's like when Disney was attached to it, you're like, this is gonna be good, but not anymore. Now it's like Disney's attached to it, gonna bomb. Like no faith. It's they've sunk two franchise. Come on, Star Wars and Marvel. Come on, those were. I used to be excited to go see Marvel movies, but now it's like, oh, what do they got coming out now? Oh, another chick flick. Cool.
One of the interesting things about that statement is where it goes, what was it? These stereotypes are deeply harmful. We acknowledge harmful impact of it. And you kind of like, where? Okay, you've said it's harmful, right? You've said it's inexcusable. Who's harmed?
The existence of white male gamers are harmful to me. I feel like that's
but how, right? This is the whole point. In what way? Name the example. Give me a time. Give me a date. Give me a video of it happening where somebody tweeted something on the internet and the next thing, your entire house spontaneously combusted. Like, prove any of this stuff rather than just going, no, it happened. Oh, we're all harmful. Like, the abstract concept of people was harmed in some way. It's like, yeah, but where? It's amazing to me for people who are too thick to abstract, so they keep referring down to, oh, I'm a victim. Yeah, but why?
But they can't say why because everything to them sends them to victimhood mentality because that's how they've gotten things in the past.
Yes.
And I blame it entirely on the millennials into Gen Z, where we got the participation trophy. We elevated kids to a point where it's like, it's okay that, you didn't win. Here's something anyways. You still did good.
And you get a trophy for trying.
It is, ironically, it is the fault of essentially good-natured moral people who, when they're accused of, oh, you hurt me, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. How can I help? And it's like, that is the instincts that you have to go overcome. It's like, no, I know you're lying to me. It's like I know your moral structure is different than mine. It's exactly opposite mine, and that is evil. It is essentially, when people cry out for this stuff, the response is no. I'm hurt. Okay, bye. Solve that
Have you
yourself.
seen kids of people, parents who like a helicopter when a kid just falls, a light little fall, oh my God, are you okay? And then they know, if I cry now,
yes,
I'm going to get attention.
No, you literally have to pretend like you don't see it unless it's like bad. If you don't see it, they look at you and then they're like, all right, but if you're like,
there's
like,
videos of it.
There is, like, really, it's so true that if it's not like, where you gotta take them to the hospital or something, or like, they didn't break any skin or anything, even if they break skin, they're like, oh, you need a Band-Aid, you're fine, shake it off. That's what my mom always would say to me, shake it off.
Is when a kid comes in and like their parents say like they rolled their ankle's hurting, and they're running around in like the waiting room like, it's hurting, eh? Okay. And like the kid gets on the table and starts crying.
Did you happen
and I'm
to be at school when this happened? Was he going to go into more lessons before you brought him here?
Did you get a headache as soon as it was about to be gym class?
But that's the thing. Kids are gonna push you to see what limits you have. And parents they're supposed to be responsible for showing kids, this is what you do. And if you keep on acquiescing to the kids, they grow up to be very spoiled, rotten human beings that think they deserve everything.
It is understandable, though. My theory has always been that essentially women have this amount of caring that they can give. And so if you've got 8 kids, you can only split it over 8 different people, and so you'll care individually about each one less. And so when they fall over, it's like, oh, just get up. This has happened before with the other 5. I don't care. Whereas if you've only got 1, well, now from a biological perspective, that one dying is your entire line.
Everything.
So he becomes the most important thing in your world because he
I love
cannot
how he
die.
changed it to dying. Like
your
I got
genes
8,
will
as long
die.
as
Well, no, because this is the instinct.
It's so true.
Your brain is like, this thing needs to be perfect. It needs to be protected because there is nothing else. Whereas you've got
Your
8,
genetics,
and
that's
5
the
of them
only
pop
thing.
the clogs. Then it's all right. I've got another load. I could just pop out another football team. And so the less you have, the more. This is why people have like only child syndrome. Is because they get focused on so much by their parents. Because all what's supposed to be spread across people just goes on the kids.
Yeah. Let's finish this article and then hop into some of these super chats, guys. We see you. Don't worry, we won't forget. So on top of all of this, back in 2022, in an interview with Refinery 29, Robinson admitted to posting social media white male gamers were a mistake. Did she make a whole article? An interview?
No, I think it was
an
just a
interview. Okay.
I hope she can write an article.
Well, it says, she admitted in an interview that she said, okay, get it. Okay, I got it now. So she told the outlet, you're not going to tickle some people's fancy being outspoken or tweeting things like I do when I say white male gamers were a mistake. I like to think that my kind of presence acts as a way to kind of show people like, hey, you can be outspoken, you can have a backbone and stand for something and still be successful. Yeah. So you can be outspoken and have a backbone as long as you are agreed with. Now, if somebody opposes what you are saying, they are an ist or a phobe and they're attacking you and you're a victim. So
no, she's an ist. A narcissist.
Oh, she's all of that stuff. But I'm
she's
saying,
definitely a narcissist.
My
presence changed the world.
Imagine her having a conversation with Disparu. She would be like, "Oh, he's a sexist. He's a."
Her presence changed the world of gaming for the worst.
He's like, I am.
Her presence changed the world of gaming for the worst. She is right about one thing.
But it's just, just by me being here, I alter the. It's like when they talk about taking up space. It's like, is that. They think it's really like deep. It's like, no, that's what you aim for, is it? To move oxygen and nitrogen molecules out of the air. Well done. I exist. Congratulations.
I exist. Acknowledge me. Yeah, no.
Acknowledge me.
So she also shared that one of her goals for the homepages of YouTube and Twitch is to have Black folks who are queer, trans, brown, disabled, and not be outnumbered by cisgender white people, specifically
that's impossible.
White men, and not just during a specific Black History Month or Women's History Month, at any time of the year.
There's a Women's History Month?
Isn't it March? Isn't it this
month?
What
is it? Just a picture of an oven?
A sandwich.
No, it's a cupcake.
Get it right.
Well, no, that's the modern woman. That's the only thing she can make.
Oh, God. But here, like, if you think about this, male white gamers built up the gaming industry. You should be thanking them for getting you this job.
You had cis gamers. That is like 99.5% of the entire population of Earth. And you want to not be outnumbered by them.
Well,
it's mathematically impossible.
With the way,
I mean, you're right. I get what you're saying. It is.
With the way games are going, her demographic is buying the games.
That's true. Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't mean that her demographic is a higher number, though. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense to me doing this, like trying to, put down another, we'll say gender or whatever words she wants to use to bring another one up, because it's you're still singling someone out, which is what you're claiming was done to you. So why are you saying it's better to do it to someone else?
But that's
something that I don't understand. I don't understand, but I get that they're just like narcissistic.
They
jerks.
Want to hurt the people they think that have hurt them.
Not so much hurt them, taken what they have, like taken what they should have. It's like envy and spite. You have what I want, and it's the whole lefty idea that it's essentially like a zero-sum game. So, she's gone.
Oh, you've offended Xray, girl. Good job, Disparu.
She had what I wanted, and so I took it. Now I am 2/3 of the stream.
She has Mark and you.
I was gonna highlight this revenge.
Oh, and you accidentally
what you
left.
missed.
No, I pressed the back button on my mouse, like the little trigger here at the side.
Oh, yeah, that gets me in trouble so many times.
Yep. Self-boot.
Whoopsies.
There's too many white people in this call, including myself.
No, you've taken what I have, you just left. Like,
See, that's healthier. If you don't like this conversation, just leave. But
yes.
She has to self-insert herself into these problems that never really existed except in her own head and cause problems for everyone else.
Yes, exactly. It's a mental illness, but you can't say that.
I tend to disagree with those kind of diagnoses because I think it takes away. You are responsible. You're responsible for your own actions, and the moment you can get a diagnosis, it's not my fault. It's just the way I am. And it means that you can continue to act that way rather than fixing yourself, rather than changing and blame something external to you. I was just born this way. It's not my fault. Like, no, it is. You made your choices. You're responsible for them. I think it's more, if you're incapable of abstracting, you see the entire world from your perspective because you can't understand anything else. You can't think that somebody else could have a different perspective. And so if you think that they're attacking you, you also will assume and will not be able to understand that they have a different opinion. So just by you thinking they're against you means that they are to you. That is proof.
And that's something that I realized over the time on here is the people who are yelling the most don't have any empathy whatsoever. And that's why the stories that they write are horrible. Like they can't create a good villain. They can't create even a good hero.
Yeah, they're terrible also at like making stakes. You know what I mean? Back to like we were talking about Disney movies, how the animated versions were so much better. Use Aladdin as an example. Like he had layers as he was, a bad guy kind of like, right? Because he was a thief or whatever, but there was more to the story. They don't do that now. They don't give anybody layers, like villains even. Like they want you to sympathize with villains, but there's no... It's like they're just bad, but they want you to sympathize with them, and they don't write it properly. Like I'm trying to think of a good example, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. Like it's
I get what you're saying. The issue is you're talking about when they make a villain a member of their group, like one of their preferred groups. That's when they make them. I understand. For instance,
like an
Damsel,
anti-hero
right?
More so?
Yes.
Damsel was a female dragon, and she was a mother. But they killed her children first, and so anyone she killed, she was sympathetic because I'm just taking revenge on you killing my children.
A dog bit her or something.
Yeah. But if you take Robin Hood, where the villain is the white guy, then they just make him evil. Well, from their perspective. But because their morality is inverted, everything they think is evil is good, and everything they think is good is evil. And so if you take Robin Hood and reverse the roles, then... he's just the good guy. He's a great hero, and Robin Hood is a great villain. And it's just the way the story's told. So
Mhm.
it's not that they're bad at doing these things. It's just because their morality is opposite yours, everything falls apart.
I still think they're bad at doing it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
Let's
It's
get
like,
into. No, go ahead. Finish what that thought. Sorry.
I think most people judge. I don't think it's thought about, but I think most people judge these kind of stories by the emotional impact it has on you. And if something agrees with your morality or strongly disagrees with it, it will invoke an emotional response. And that's what makes it memorable. Those are the things you go back to. And so, but if a hero is doing evil, it'll repulse you, and you won't like the movie because of it. It's why I'm against like just going, I think you just write better stories. It's like, yes, but what is that? What do you mean when you say that? Like, explain.
You learn it in
the term.
English when you're in school, like how to write a story, beginning, middle, end, and you go from there. And it's something that is quite lacking.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in Halo. I mean, Halo doesn't
Just
even
a
have
little
that. So I can't disagree with. I can't disagree with you. No, Halo is like, I still don't know why the series exists. I don't know where we're going. At no point does it give me something that we're progressing to.
Yeah.
No, they even removed the cheeks from the second one. I was disappointed.
That's all I used to.
Oh
forward
wow,
to.
that was a very
No, I in the first one, it had two things. It had the hidden cheeks, so you could play like try and spot the cheeks, and there would just be sometimes in the background on a computer monitor there'd just be a picture of his arse. Yeah, and every episode there was hidden cheeks. And sometimes, yeah, it was just up front. But other times it would just be like a nude model of him in the back and be like, there it is! There's the hidden cheeks! I spotted him! I found him!
But
Like,
With booty.
it was like an Easter egg that you could find. It was amazing. And there was also, Halsey had this weird, creepy assistant who was in control of the cloning operation. And he was a bit like, the Fava Beans with a nice Chianti. He was that kind of character. And he had a thing for Halsey, and he kept cloning her. And we made this entire thing, or I think I did, and it just caught on, about I want him to clone Halsey an infinite amount of times, make an army of Halseys and take over the universe. But then you go back to his mansion and it's just Halseys. It's like if you had a man who could clone his favorite woman. And so it's like one to cook, one to clean, one to do anything else with. There's one on the sofa, there's one on the sky. They're just all over the place. And they killed him off. He was the best character.
Aw, boo.
I want a spin-off series. I'll make it.
it'll be better significantly.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
It
would be. Yeah. Mentrix, thank you for the New Zealand 10. What does Brokeback Mountain and Lord of the Rings have in common? They are about guys going up a mountain to destroy a ring.
It's a very old Lord of the Rings joke, that is. No, Frodo, when I say we needed to destroy the ring, I never meant this.
Oh no.
Oh my
That took a second after
It's a
I had
very
to
old
read
joke.
it for it to actually register. Wiley dates a member for 8 months. Thank you. Disparu, who is your favorite Avenger? Emma Peel, Kathy Gale, or Tara Knight? Emma, yeah.
Why have you given me 3 random names of people?
Who is
Now,
that?
I'm going to have to now look up each person.
That's why
To
he knew
see-
you were gonna do it. He's giving you some homework. Thank you
Oh,
for
it's the,
being a member for 8 months.
different Avengers. It's not the mod. This is why I was like, I've never even heard of those people. No, he's on about the long ago Avengers. Oh, well, Kathy Gale, she was in Bond. I remember her. Emma Peel. Well, Kathy Gale is beating Emma Peel. So the other one is Tara King. Let's see who wins the... Is there a better photograph? No. Kathy Gale. Kathy Gale is the best out of those 3.
Kathy Gale. I'm gonna
And
Google.
yeah, she was from Bond. Was she Octopussy? I think she might have been Octopussy from Bond.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Yeah, I see why you
Kathy
chose her.
Gale.
No, that was Maud Adams.
Lady Kathy Gale.
Well, I think she was in Bond. We'll have
pretty.
to see.
I'm not really sure.
She's pretty.
Chat, was she in Bond?
Wait, is this
Chat
a
always
different...
knows.
Chat will know.
I
Emma
know her
says,
from somewhere. I'm
Or
after
they
like
say Emma
IMDb or
Peel
something.
is. Some people are saying Emma Peel is their favorite.
I'm not even sure
in
that what I googled
Goldfinger
was...
says
Goldfinger,
never
okay.
Tell
yeah.
me the odds. Thank you.
I thought she was in Bond. But yeah, from the pictures that I looked at, I'm sure you could take different ones from across the years. But...
She was Felicity Shagwell.
Well, look, have you not seen Bond, Xray?
I haven't seen all of them either, so don't feel bad,
I
X-Ray.
Don't remember.
No, but you know the meme. Like,
which one?
Every Bond had a character like that. It was like there was always like a villain, And she was like, yeah, I'm Octopussy. They always had like a meme name.
I didn't know that. I played GoldenEye, and I believe I watched it a long time ago. Do I remember what it's about? No. It's been so long. And I watched the Daniel Craig one. The first.
Speaking of Bond, I'm very upset that Richard Madden isn't going to be the next James Bond.
Can I share this?
Go ahead.
This seems like it's going to be a good. Hang on, I've got to remember how to share again.
Just don't boot yourself out of the call like you did last time.
Yeah. This is Ranker. This is the funniest Bond girl names. We start with number 1, Pussy Galore.
Oh, the Austin Powers really wasn't like that far off.
No,
with,
their names. It was taking the piss out of this. Yeah,
but it was like
Goodhead.
Similar.
Wow.
Bonds are forever, isn't it? Diamonds are forever. Moonraker, Octopussy, plenty of Tool.
Oh my god!
Chew me! Yeah. That's Xray Girl
I
in the
believe
remake.
that's Oasis thing.
Xenia on a top. She was
gets
amazing.
to use her gong.
GoldenEye is one of my favorite movies. I'd have to watch them all again to judge properly. But Brosnan's my favorite Bond, and this is my favorite Brosnan movie. And she is incredible. She kills people with her thighs.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like if you're gonna go out,
thighs.
that's the way to go out. Yeah. Honey Rider. Oh, I remember. She came out of the water on a beach like Daniel Craig did. They had to gender swap it for Daniel Craig because they couldn't have her do it. Obviously,
that's a hot scene. If that's from the movie.
Yeah, it was with her. She walks out and she's like whips her hair back and stuff. Yeah, and then he does it.
Hair back.
We're not Will Smith's daughter here. Mary Goodnight. Agent Strawberry Fields because she's a redhead.
Yeah.
Miss Moneypenny. That's not a funny name. What?
Unless
am I missing something?
We don't know.
Might be something we don't know. Like a secretary, something not one of the Bond girls.
Penelope Smallbone. Why is that 12? That should have been up here.
Over Agent Strawberry Field. Yeah. Oh my
Dr. God. Molly Warmflash. Oh, I thought it was Warmfish.
Excuse me.
Hey, my name would have been better. I would have called her Molly Warmfish.
Oh my god, Kissy's a super Asian.
The Asian ones are funny.
Oh my god. Oh damn, Thumper.
Okay, just
Solitaire.
Oh jeez.
Oh wait, I think I've just. Wasn't she the one where her psychic abilities were linked to her not having been with a man? And if she got with a man, she would lose her abilities. I think that's why they called her Solitaire, because she played like she could only play with herself.
So she could be a lesbian then. That's fine.
No. If you went with anybody.
Oh, anyone. I thought it was a man specifically. Okay.
Well, that is what the definition means. Look, we're not doing any loophole theory here.
This is the first I've heard of her. So.
God can't
I agree. Honestly, that might be the best.
Chew me might be the best.
Maybe that'll be my alter ego. Chew me.
Christmas Jones. Oh, she's from Starship Troopers. I forgot she was in. She's gorgeous. Yeah, although Starship Troopers, Dizzy is still the best one. Jenny Flex, Mayday. I think we've run out of funny names.
Bambi.
Was it Peaceful? Something.
Yeah, we've run Panho.
Look at that. No. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've run through all the really funny ones by this point.
All right. I'm gonna get back to the super chats now that we've had fun
Waylon
with the Bond girl.
I almost left the studio again.
It's a good thing you didn't.
Yeah, I was just about to click. I'm like, hang on, that looks wrong.
Wrong button. Dave Chandler, thank you for the 10. I was watching your stream just a few minutes ago while sorting out groceries. Helldivers 2 looks awesome. Oh, yeah. Now I'm relaxing with a cranberry margarita. Oh, that sounds yummy. For another Saucy Saturday. Thank you, Dave.
That sounds so good.
I have a beer because I had an issue. We ended the Helldiver stream like with about 15 minutes to spare before the stream started. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pour a glass of wine. And I was trying to open one and the cork broke on me. So I'm like, I just grabbed a beer. So I had a little bit of wine. I'll open this in a minute.
I'll have a drink next weekend.
Okay, I'll make sure. I'll wait after this. I'm not gonna drink again until Xray does, so that we can do it together.
You wouldn't be the first woman I've seen who's like broke the cork and just gone and just poured it anyway and drank around the bits. I've seen quite a few people do that.
I don't know how I broke it. It's because I was rushing. I was trying to hurry up and get to the stream. So it's okay. The beer's fine. I got a Guinness. I also have some.
I've only got 15 minutes. How am I going to open a bottle of wine?
I did something else too, but I had at that point I had 5 minutes. It was 5:02, and I was like, oh crap. Okay.
Yeah, and then Mark was like, "No, you can do another mission." Like, no,
Mark.
Yes, a pint of wine. It's the only way to do it.
The entire bottle just in one glass.
Stephen De Leon, thank you for the $5. All F&T was missing last night was my favorite lesbo Disparu. Gundam Shan and Ryan were in full effect.
Oh my god, they were talking about so many gay things.
Here,
I watched the stream. Yeah.
Oh my
god. We'll let you guys do some super chats too. Here, we'll let
and then Gary posted it's like after that stream, I think this is still a win, and it was like just demonetized.
18 plus restricted. Yeah. Yep.
It's the best we could have hoped for. Let's be honest.
No, every time Gundam is on, it's usually restricted.
I'm not surprised. Although to be fair, he was the calm one on that stream.
Tame.
Yeah.
It was Shad.
I got my Metal Gear bottle
Shad the last 2 weeks has been interesting. Well, that was the thing. He's like, I haven't slept in 48 hours. It's like, okay.
Makes sense.
His
filter is gone. This is what he'd be like if he did drink. That's how he would be. Because when you are tired, you get into the more tired you are, the more kind of drunk you get. And there is a chart of how many drinks it's equal to. So this is what he'd be like if his filtering inhibitions were lowered.
And then imagine if he did actually have some caffeine. It makes sense. Jason Webster
soda.
For 5 Australians says hi to the incomparably congenial Xray girl, lovely, wicked virtue, and rapid fire. Disparu. Saucy Saturdays is here to entertain.
He likes that. Thank you, Jason.
People are like, no, you talk really fast and you edit really fast. It's like, yeah, I think my issue is I watch YouTube at double speed. And so I edit things to the speed that I would watch them at. And then I edit it at 2 times speed. I watch it back at 2 times speed. And I was like,
maybe that's why we're so good together, because we're girls and we talk fast. And you talk fast too, so we just understand each other.
And I make sense.
And you make sense. And we don't.
Just pumping those tires.
We're trying to give us a friend compliment. You know what?
I'm English. I can't allow that. I can't allow a compliment to stand.
Fine. You know what? Read this one, Disparu. He's going to read it before I even get a sip in.
for $9.99. They do hate Western civilization. They want to burn it down. Yeah, wicked. I've seen your plan. Actually, if we scroll the camera to the right, Jadine, what you'll see is a board with loads of pins in it and pictures, and it's just Wicked's plan to deconstruct Western civilization.
She has brain. She needs her pinky.
What are we going to do tonight? The same thing we do every stream, Pinky.
Pinky.
Try and take over the world.
Xray is my pinky.
Yes. What are we doing tonight, Wicked?
We're going to drink some wine and try to take over the world.
The same thing we do every night. Drink wine and take over the world.
Oh, God.
Beard for $2. Thank you. Asians challenge the minority narrative.
Well, that's the funny part, because, I always think back to the good old days, Asians built railroads and stuff. I never was a part of it, so I don't know what that was like, for seriousness. And, I felt bullied and oppressed when I was younger, kind of, not really.
You weren't oppressed, you were a kid.
No, well, hey, I'll say bullied. It was bullied because I was the only Asian kid.
Women are ruthless, so I can feel that she probably
you're in Canada.
Yeah,
half of this stuff is you have to expect
mean girls are all over the world.
I will say this. I wasn't bullied by the white kids. I was bullied by the brown kids.
And I bet you were bullied by women, not men.
Oh, yeah.
Because
men were like, hey.
The guys that you see doing this, generally just trying to be getting with the women that are also doing this. They think it'll give them a better option.
Which we see with the feminists all the time.
How many guys with a 6-pack have you seen supporting any of this? It doesn't happen. The guys that could get women naturally, they're not for this. Unless their job depends on it. Yeah, it's like there's a reason why. It's because they don't have to resort to these kind of tactics. Whereas this is largely, I think it's like 70% of single women are left wing. And so if you want to get with the single women, you will just by maths alone, if you have no other ability, try and go that route. Whereas if you're some big, massive, muscly Chad with a six-pack, you don't have to resort to those tactics. They'll come to you anyway.
They come
So
to
what's
you.
the
They
point?
flock to you.
Yeah, so you engage in natural behavior. Because
there we go.
this mightn't be like natural behavior for women. It's not for blokes. It actually requires you to take on a different moral perspective.
I feel like my world has changed.
Mind blown. Jason, thank you for another 5. Xray Girl does an adorable Elmira Fudd version of Elmer Fudd.
Who's Elmer Fudd?
He's the one that's
He's
like,
the guy
we're hunting wabbits.
with with the shotgun. Oh my god. I thought my opinion of you couldn't get any lower. And
I'm
here
gonna
we
Google
are.
him. Elmer Fudd.
Well, real quick, since we were talking about the...
Oh, there we go.
I didn't know
My
we got
faith
it.
in humanity is saved.
Sorry, I didn't know his name.
No, but when he said you were hunting wabbits with a shotgun, it's like there's not many Disney characters left.
Be very quiet.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. My apologies.
Stephen De Leon, thank you for another 5. Disparu, please read a poem from Josh Brolin's poetry book.
That seems very specific.
Have you ever not heard of it?
Could you get the thing back so I can Google the name?
Josh Brolin.
Brolin.
He's the one. He was in the Goonies, and he was Thanos. More.
I don't know
popular.
the Goonies. I watched the Goonies as a kid. My issue is anything I watch before a certain age.
You forget.
Even if I kind of remember what it is, I don't even remember my opinion on it. And the Goonies is like, it would have been on when I was a kid on TV in the background. But I remember there was a fat kid that rolled down a hill or something.
Since it's,
that's the only thing I remember.
Topical, since we were just talking about the Bond girls, Beardo's wet wipes for $1.99.
What the heck?
It's gonna need more than what. It's gonna need more than one pack. We're gonna need the extra strong man size.
I got the context for this. If you guys want to know, I'm so sorry. Anybody who watched High Tea will know. I didn't see when they were talking about it, but Jake clarified it when Beardo's wet wipes was in my chat the other day.
What did
he
they
says,
As he tends to be.
I'll tell you what it means. Disparu here if you need me after those Bond girls. So.
Like, you know
those little fish.
I'm gonna have to explain what wet wipes are.
But you know those little fish that like they eat like fecal matter and stuff in the ocean? Well, some like really big girl must have been like really stinky. They watched a video. I didn't see it. I don't want to see it. I'm glad I didn't see it. But they watched a video and those little fish were like all around her butt. And like Beardo was like, she needs some wet wipes. And everyone was like, dude, she's in the ocean. Like she needs a lot more than that. So
no, the
they're
fish
still
are
going
already
to
there.
her butthole.
Yeah, the fish were already there.
No, this is a very strange thing. A lot of countries besides America use things like bidets. It's so baffling to me. Bidets will change your life. Get a bidet if you can. You don't even need wet wipes.
I keep hearing people raving about them, but they're not in the UK much. They're considered like a posh person's thing. They might be in modern, like expensive modern houses, but they're not in
most. Get an
most.
attachment on your toilet. It's wonderful. There's like
Linus
even,
Tech Tips sell them, folks. He sells like one of the really expensive ones. It's like a toilet seat with all the add-ons and stuff.
Yeah. A little fan dryer.
That is because he loved them so much that he actually built one.
Got one. Oh.
Well, he sells them, so
we're getting our bidet installed.
Here, you want to read this one, Disparu?
Elric of Melnibone. I'm not sure how the umlaut. It's not an umlaut. Yeah, I'm not French. I mean, we just defeated them in too many wars to ever learn their language. So, please tell me Disparu has watched Frieren. No, but it is on my list. I'm currently watching. I think it's Overlord. It's like this guy who was playing an MMO that shut down and he got sucked into an MMO world. So I'm on season 2 of that at the moment. Then I'm watching Frieren. It is on the list. P.S. Love your Helldivers. I think that we haven't discussed it, but I'm assuming there will be more Helldivers. Everyone seemed to have fun doing it.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. We need more saucy Helldivers.
Stay tuned for more Helldivers then. There you go.
Saucy divers.
But yes, Frieren.
Saucy democ. What did someone said it like? I don't remember what it was, but it was a nice line about like,
saucy liberty. I don't know.
Something like that. It'll come back to me maybe.
But I was watching a video that was comparing Freerent to, I can't remember what the TV series was, but it was a TV series. And when he was talking about this kind of elf that lived forever and the differences in how they perceive time compared to other people. And so she's like, yeah, well, I'll meet you soon. But her soon is like in 25 years. And this guy just gets older and she doesn't realize why he's like, but I haven't seen you in this long. So he's getting angry at her because she's not there. And she she's just wandering the earth within an infinite lifespan. Stuff like that really interests me. So I'm definitely going to watch Freerun.
Well, there you go. Question answered. 16-bit mascot, thank you for the 5. Hail, saucy folks. Cheers on this lovely Saturday. I've got more tech, so I'm going to take advantage. Yeah, so not sure what to say. Gamer Gators, thank you so much for the 5. Cheers. Cheers. I know another 5. You want to read this one, Xray? I've got to have you guys do it more.
Andrew Matthews for 5 British pounds says, Aspyr made Tomb Raider remastered. Crystal was only a partner and had no say, so they got salty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is, didn't they also make the Battlefront? Yeah, the classic Battlefront thing. I think Aspyr also made that, and it was ass. So the Tomb Raider people... Aspyr really looked out with... Tomb Raider fans looked out with Aspyr on that one, because Battlefront was awful.
I need to play those Tomb Raider games. The first one.
I know, me too. I had them. I've had them on Steam since I built my PC, but they didn't play well, like the regular ones, not the remastered. So I have to get the remastered so they actually play correctly on PC. Here you go, Disparu.
Tomb Raider is a really interesting game because it goes back to like my childhood. And in coupling, there's a whole scene where the two guys are on the couch and they're playing Tomb Raider 1, and one of them's teaching it, the other one is like, make her crawl. But she doesn't need to crawl. Make her crawl. And then she crawls, and both of the guys just go,
oh my god!
It's such a good scene. That's the impact that Tomb Raider had. It actually went to mainstream television.
Love it.
I used to play that game with my cousin, and we used to we were younger, but he was a boy, and doesn't matter what age you are, boys like boobs. So yeah,
so
him and his friends would be like, and wasn't there mods?
I mean, Madonna kind of at one point. Madonna just became
the pointy boobs were a thing.
Madonna didn't even realize that they weren't supposed to be that shape. She was just like, I want those. Like, well, if you have to,
there's a fascination for them pointy things.
Give me the Lara Croft, okay? That's what I'm going for.
But Stephen De Leon, as you've said, repeat name. I'm going to say it the proper way and the way you want me to. So one would be Barry McCulkiner, but you want me to say Barry McCulkiner. So there you go.
There you go. You got both. Well done.
I guess, is this a good point to share some schedule changes?
Yes, we're changing our schedule, but I think it's in a really good way. So we'll put it on social media to remind everyone too, and anyone that might not see this announcement. But starting next week, we're going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to go a little bit longer too. We're going to go until 10. So same time, but we're starting an hour earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're like me, the only way you'll understand that is just by we're going for an hour longer, but starting an hour earlier.
Yeah.
So whatever your time is.
Earlier. Hell yeah.
And the reason why we left it till now is because the time changes in the UK. And so essentially, if you're in anywhere changing their clocks, it'll be at the same time.
Yes.
GG.
Yeah. We're like, should we change it now? No, it's too confusing.
Yeah. I'm just like, I just changed my time. Well, you changed your time yesterday. Then you want me to change it 2 hours. And then in 3 weeks go, by the way, we changed it again. So, oh no.
I don't understand this.
So we'll just wait. So yeah, there we go. You can get more of us. Congratulations.
I know.
Yes, it'll be a 3-hour show.
I'm going to have to start drinking again.
You should be.
I know.
Yes.
I miss when we got trashed that first.
I need a bell. It's like shame.
Right, I'll do a racist bell. Shame.
Yeah, well, yes, that's the thing. I couldn't even ring that bell. I'd have like people canceling me.
Cultural appropriation, Disparu.
I'd need like a full-on gong on the back, like you need a
I want,
two-iron
like,
hammer.
I want the big one. I want a big gong for over
Yeah.
here, so I could just be like, boom.
Yeah, if you're gonna make it, at least make
You
it
need
deep.
it.
I want to. I can't say it. No.
Oh,
not doing it.
we were so
No,
close.
No.
We were so close.
I want it to sound deep. There we go. Kind of. Not really. Should I get
Yeah.
a cowbell? Maybe. We'll see.
Everything needs more cowbell.
If it's small, like, because the gong is so
If
big.
it's small.
I need.
No, well, that was the point, yeah. Because the bigger the gong, the deeper the sound.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
I
I'd
need
want,
something
like, a
that will
proper-
do that. I need it to be small and make that deep tone.
Small but perfectly formed.
Yes.
I saw you like think about that for a second.
I'm like, I'm just gonna lead into it. Aw.
There you go.
I'm not sure where the
I
thumb
love
would go in that circumstance, but
Oh,
my
no.
goodness.
Not making me wait, what did Mark say?
Mark, not
Oops,
making me
wrong
sound
one.
fantastic here. I'm talking about a gong, not a dong.
no, she's
I love how she said that with such emphasis. Duh.
Just was like, I'm gonna tread lightly here.
He's like,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no,
wait, what can I say on YouTube? Hold
no.
on.
I was trying to reverse engineer the conversation to think like when you didn't make him sound great. I'm like, actually, no. I think you came across quite well because she's like, no, the better one would be small but perfectly formed, which implies that that's not what she has. So if anything, I think Mark came off quite well in the conversation.
Well,
I've got to find this. Carry on among
Just
yourselves.
remember, I married you for a reason. And I'm not talking about the gong now.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't your American citizenship. I mean, who'd want to live there? It was in spite of you being Canadian. Oh yeah, I said American. I meant Canadian. To me, it's just the same place.
I think he's 50. He's been having too much desk milk and whiskey.
Oh my God.
So which one do you guys want to do next? The pirates or the squatters one?
Dealer's choice.
Pirate? Okay.
Pirates.
So I know this is kind of like old news, but you know, we only go live once a week, so we can only cover so much. I don't know how old it is, but I feel like I've just seen a bunch of videos. So the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is getting a reboot, and something that I want to point out with this reboot, every article, every video that you see, I mean, videos make sense because, you know, but like every article covering it, talking about it, has Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow for, you know, the clickbait, the title and everything, because they know that his face is what will draw people to read it. But it's a reboot that doesn't have him in it. So that right there is going to sink the entire, whatever they're trying to do, the reboot. It's going to be terrible without him. Granted, there was other cast members in the movies that did great, but even if you disagree with this for your own reasons, maybe he wasn't your favorite, he was the draw. He was what made people want to go see these movies. So not having him in the movies, I feel like they should have just left the pirates alone. Like it's done. Like that ship is failed and burnt. They need to leave it alone.
I agree with that, but there was a fourth Pirates movie, correct?
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
And I never watched it, but I didn't hear good things about it. So
it wasn't great, but the thing is, it didn't really center around him. I can't remember it fully, to be honest. That's the only one that I only watched once. I remember the other ones; they were great, like Curse of the Black Pearl. Even the
but 1, 2, 3 was great because it was like a continuation of the story. And
oh yeah, there's
as
5. The fifth one was the bad one. That's right.
Oh, I don't even remember the fourth one, to be honest.
I have them all right here. Hold on.
4 is the Mermaids. Yeah, I probably didn't watch it. There's something so beautiful about a trilogy. 3 completes things, whereas after that, the 4th and 5th, you're just not as interested. Like, think about like even Star Wars. They did a trilogy and then another trilogy, and it worked for them. Same with Lord of the Rings. I don't know. After I see the 3rd one, I'm like, I don't really care about it. It ends the story nicely for me.
Oh yeah, Stranger Tides. That was the 5th one with the mermaids. That's right.
There is an interesting thing about the number 3. It works with everything. For instance, in comedy, you can repeat the same thing 3 times. After that, it's not funny. The comedic gap, which most people are like, oh, you've got great timing. It's just wait 3 seconds. There is something about the number 3 which people kind of they link to. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
and I'm kind of seeing it now.
I think that good point that I would say 4 and 5 weren't great. I got then for the Pirates, the first 3 were really good. But even with him, they started going down, but it's like without him, there's just no draw. There's people, that are big Johnny Depp fans that be like, you know what, I'm gonna go see it just because Johnny Depp's in it and I love his character, Jack Sparrow. And it's just, like I said, it goes to show you all these articles have his picture for you to click on it because they know you're gonna click on it because you see Johnny Depp. But apparently, Disney didn't get that memo. I mean, they should just leave it alone. I think the route that they're going now, I don't want to say that it's better, but they were going to do that all-female one, and I'm like,
Disney have never liked him.
Oh, no, they never did. But you want to know, wasn't there a thing where they were like, oh, you make the character look gay? Wasn't that like a thing? Like
Yeah. They said he played the first one too camp, and they hated it. They wanted him to remake it. He's like, no.
He was the one that made the movie so good.
Yeah, the movie went out. It did so well. They're like, okay, do whatever you want then. And then he got free reign with it. But they hated the way he even made the character to begin with. And that was Disney back in the day. So you can fully understand why Disney modern day is like, why would you want him? I mean, they probably believe Amber Heard. Even after everything that happened, they're probably still on her side. And like,
because woman, God believe all women.
Well, yeah, but everyone's equal, so everyone's interchangeable. We can just take him, replace him with anyone else. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not though, and they're gonna see that. That's
but most people in the nation think it is. Like that's most people would. If you say, "Do you believe that everyone's equal?" They'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure." Do you? Have you ever thought about that, or is that something you were told as a kid that you just believed?
Yeah. No, it's gonna flop. Like I know there's probably not much for us to cover on this. I just wanted to bring that up. That here goes another Disney flop before it even is released. So here I'll read just a little bit of the article. It says Shiver Me Timbers, Pirates of the Caribbean is setting sail on a new voyage. Producer Jeremy Bruckheimer, who previously worked on all 5 films in the nautical fantasy series, revealed plans to revive the franchise in an interview with comicbook.com published Monday. When asked about the status of his Pirates and Top Gun franchises, Bruckheimer said that the former will receive the reboot treatment. The original film starred Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, and Keira Knightley.
Orlando Boom! I want that to be petition to change his name, please. I would change his name by default.
He's a Bond boy.
Orlando goes boom.
You don't know. Oh my God, that song! You just like unlocked a childhood memory there. You don't know how they came together.
Disco, I remember it.
Yeah, you just don't know. Bruckheimer said because with Top Gun, you have an actor Tom Cruise who is iconic and brilliant. And how many movies he does before he does Top Gun, I can't tell you. But we're going to reboot Pirates. So that is easier to put together because you don't have to wait for certain actors. Was that a come at Johnny Depp? Because if Tom Cruise, I will agree, is important to the Top Gun franchise, but Johnny Depp is very important to the Pirates franchise as well. So I don't understand what he's trying to say in this paragraph here, like this comment. Like, do you guys get what he's trying to say here? Is he coming at Johnny Depp in this?
Which paragraph are we talking about?
Right here, I'll reread it. You don't know how they come together. You just don't know, Bruckheimer said, because he starts talking about Top Gun for some reason. Because with Top Gun, you have an actor, Tom Cruise, who is iconic and brilliant. And how many movies he does before he does Top Gun, I can't tell you. But we're going to reboot Pirates so that it's easier to put together because you don't have to wait for certain actors. So is that him saying like you don't have to wait, like you have to wait for Tom Cruise for Top Gun, but for Pirates you don't have to wait for anybody? That's what he's saying.
I think they're saying that Tom Cruise is so busy, he makes so many movies that you need to wait for a specific slot to get him as an actor. So, but he might be filming like 5 things before you, and so you have to wait your turn and make your entire thing around him. The issue is with Johnny Depp, we don't know any movies that he's in, so you wouldn't think he was that in demand or like busy at the moment. He's not been announced for anything, as far as I know.
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
So,
unfortunately,
and at the end of it, it doesn't come down to money. Like, if they offered him enough money, he'd just be like, "I'll be there tomorrow. I'll clear my schedule."
I think if Disney apologized and offered him, because money talks, if they apologized and offered him, a nice amount, that he would definitely come back, even though he said he wouldn't.
Mhm.
And I don't
I
see
don't
anything
think he
wrong with that.
would.
Well, if
Well,
they
I
apologize,
think that's what it is.
possibly. I think that's the big thing. If they apologize, which they're
It's
yeah,
not
Disney's gonna apologize.
genuine
Sure.
because they could have waited to say anything after the trial, but no, they didn't, from my understanding. But if you want to support your actors, they would have done it with people like Gina Carano,
Mhm.
right? Over
yeah.
Pedro Pascal. What Pedro said was way worse than what Gina ever
Oh,
said.
absolutely. And he went on an attacking spree. She didn't. But
Mhm.
we've talked about
Yeah,
that
wasn't
before.
there I remember an interview with him sitting in front of a load of journalists, and he came after people. Wasn't it something like, they need me more than I need them, or something like that? I remember some kind of
He's
comment
not even
way.
that great of an actor. I don't understand the hype at all.
No, I mean
Like,
Johnny Depp.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pedro. Oh, yeah, but yeah, no, okay,
Oh,
Johnny
I don't give
Depp's
a
right.
toss about.
Oh, me
I've
neither.
never
Johnny, okay, I agree with
one
that. Johnny
cycle of
Depp
my
is a
brain
great
has never been
actor.
developed to Pedro at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So no, sorry. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying with Johnny Depp. Yeah, they do need him more than he needs them.
Mhm.
I hope he starts making movies again. I mean, he has the band. He's the Hollywood vampires that he does with Alice Cooper, and I don't know if he still has
I mean, let's face it, he's
Stephen
probably made
Perry
more
there,
money.
but
He's probably made more money than he can ever spend in his life anyway.
oh yeah,
And
he's
so
got money.
movies
I've
and things
actually
will be
seen them live
voluntary.
too. It's fun. I think he enjoys that. Like, he plays the guitar.
Yes.
He has a good. I've seen them live. I went. I was like, oh my god, I'm like right near Johnny Depp. Like, it's great.
Very cool. Very cool.
It was
Oh,
great.
The
Yeah.
breathing then.
Yeah, I mean, I was like really far away, but I could see him. I was like, ugh. But yeah, no, and
We've
you
just
could
seen
tell that he
Wicked
has a
on
good
Heat.
time. Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's having a moment.
Well, it's
Hold
more
on,
than
I
a
need to
moment.
fan myself. But yeah, so yeah, I totally agree with that. They need him more than so
I mean,
the
if I was him, I would. It's not like I'd go, no, I'm not coming back to you. You just kind of set them a number that they
But-
know is incredibly high, and they probably would never say. But if they want that franchise to continue, they have to meet. And they're like, probably like, no. But I bet he's given them a number. It seems weird not to.
Plus, on top of that, if I were him, I'd want to read the script first before I even
Yes.
accept.
Yeah.
And it's not just the money, the story better be good.
Well, yeah,
Because-
after a big hiatus, the last thing you want to do is come back to a bad movie.
A bad movie, and if it's like super woke too, where he ends up looking
Mhm.
bad, what was the point?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So this I find interesting. I didn't know this. The first one that debuted in 2003, The Curse of the Black Pearl, grossed 654.3 million at the box office, and the last one was 2017. Okay, yeah, so it has been a bit. That one grossed 794.9 million. That's
Yeah,
probably
and then-
just because Johnny Depp was a part of it, though. That's what I'm saying.
What-
Like, it wasn't a great movie, but Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow was a part of it, so people went to go see it.
That's true. And like with inflation, I've not worked it out, but those are probably similar numbers between 2003 and 2017.
Oh, yeah, that's
In
true.
fact,
That
with
is a big.
inflation,
I
it's
didn't
probably
think about
made
that.
less. So,
Mm.
Yeah, and higher ticket prices. That's true. I feel like
yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know, like, I remember when movies used to be like $5 to $7, and now it's what, 10, 13, whatever.
Yeah, I think
Oh
it's
my
like
God,
10 to
that's
12
true.
pounds over
14 to
here.
$16 here.
That's still a lot of money for a movie that wasn't that great. But again, like I said, they all went for him. You know that's why they were there. Nobody
Oh, yeah,
else.
I have
I don't think
absolutely
anybody
no
else was.
interest.
I don't think any of the other. Let me look. I have it right here. I don't think any of the like the original cast besides him was there. So it shows just that he was just the draw.
Also, and pinch of salt, you never know whether they're true or not, but all the rumors that have been coming out about this movie for literally years at this point have always been, it's going to be an entirely female crew. Like, immediately.
Oh, yeah,
See,
they were
when
gonna
I
do that
think-
one. Remember that they were gonna do like the Margot Robbie one. I'm
yeah,
like,
I remember that
"Oh,
one."
man."
And again, you never know whether the rumors are true, but they're believable. That's what they've done
See-
with everything else.
I think of an all-female cast, and it's just automatically no. This would not happen in real life. An all-female crew.
No, there were barely any female pirates in the entire world.
Can you imagine
They
a
exist.
boat full of women that sink up once a month for a whole
Yeah,
week.
your
They're
ship would
literally
be
That's gonna
incredibly
be a
easy to follow.
a
You'd like be
grumpy-
just leaving a stain in the ocean.
Oh,
Look, I'm not against period movies. I think that you can have the odd
Oh,
period
God.
piece now and again.
Oh my
Set in
god.
Victorian
No.
Victorian pirates. It's fine.
Can we call it the Blood Moon?
You're the one that calls it that instead of a full stop. I don't want to hear anything from Americans.
You've
We're
upset
going to
Ian
name our full
now.
stop this.
Good
we just
job,
need to end
Disparu.
we just need to
Bloody
end the
moon is
sentence.
fine.
You've upset
Like,
Ian now.
do you only
thanks.
write a sentence a month or what?
Oh my god. What should the ship be called? Our ship full of females.
It's
Oh.
like also pirates. The spend to kind of sneak up on people and take them by surprise. You would hear that ship coming from a mile off.
And it wouldn't be rum, it'd be wine.
Oh yeah, the worst. And that's one of the issues because like volume, rum is far more alcohol dense in a smaller
Yes.
quantity. Why? You'd need like 10 times the amount. That ship would be like Lizzo floating along the ocean.
Lizzo.
Call it the Lizzo. SS Lizzo.
Fangirl Blood Moon appears.
Oh my god. Blood Moon appears.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
Oh,
do a parody?
no.
I think it actually be really funny. Like, instead of
Let's
Disney
do it.
doing
Who's
a
right?
serious,
Write the
Pirate
script,
movie.
Disparu. You write the script, and we will dress up like the pirates.
Yeah, it's like Xray, Wicked, like
Bloody
Steph,
Mary
Krista.
is
You just
the
like get all the
captain?
GG girls in it.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Captain Bloody Mary. Ah, I'm dead.
I think there was a Mary female pirate actually, wasn't there?
No idea.
Yeah, there was Mary Reed,
Mary Reed, yeah.
who was I'm not gonna get into it. Sorry, you can watch History of Pirates. for
Her and
this,
Anne
but,
Bonny.
Yeah, they were
That's the
friends.
one I heard of,
and-
okay.
Yeah, and
18th century. That's a period piece.
Oh,
Look, it's
Still
set in a
going.
specific period.
Yes.
It's not my fault. You dirty minds.
Duh. Just got period on the mind.
Yeah, well, it's understandable.
so Chad, put a one in the put a one if you think this is gonna be a flop. 2 if you think it's gonna be.
Oh, it's definitely gonna
I
flop.
actually love that picture. It's like premiere Johnny Depp.
He looks like he's being a rock star in this photo.
I mean, he is.
Well,
he is.
he
a rock
really
star.
enjoyed the role. There isn't there loads of cases where you'd be at the events or something for him, and he would cosplay as himself and like meet the crowd.
Oh,
as-
he used to go to hospitals too and dress up like for
Oh my
like
God,
kids
do
with
you remember?
cancer.
But
That
Mhm.
YouTube, the kid YouTube, the YouTuber that had the cancer.
I think he would go to like, I don't know whether it's Disneyland or wherever has the specific thing. I think it is Disneyland. But he would go there where
Bunch
people
of
would act
ones.
as him normally, and he would just be there as like one of the crew, as himself, but
One.
people would think it wasn't him. And that is always more impressive to me. It's not like, oh, I'm going to hospitals and everyone finds out about it. It's like, I'm doing this thing that no one will ever find out about in secret, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like doing
That's
it.
the thing that I like when people do that. Takes me back to the ice cube challenge, ice tub challenge, or something like that. And when people were like posting about the water and throwing the water on top of them, I'm like,
Jean-Luc Picard had the
that
best
is
one.
stupid. You literally are just doing this for social media clout. You're not even donating. I'd rather
Yeah, but-
donate.
Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
he did it at his desk. And he went, this is the way you do the real Ice Cube challenge. He got his checkbook out, wrote the check, and then just got two ice cubes, put them in a glass, poured whiskey over it, and drank the whiskey.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'll just give the... Because that was the thing. The Ice Cube challenge was so horrific because people were going through hell in order to not give to charity.
Yes.
That was the thing. If you did the Ice Cube, you didn't have to give the money. So like, I would rather suffer through pain and agony.
Then
They
give
give
away
them
my
money.
Donate
money.
money. Yeah.
Now, I'm not even pro-charity anyway, because I think the organizations are generally
It
just...
depends on the charity.
They
Yeah, it
just get...
depends.
The majority of the money goes to the CEO. And so it is that how much of the amount of money goes to the actual cause people are donating for. But still, if you wanted the Chad move, it was like, no, I'm just going to drink whiskey and give you the money. There you go. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. I didn't know about that story, but that's awesome.
It's
did I.
better than the guy that did Jason Bourne, where he tipped toilet water over himself because
Ew.
he didn't want to waste water. And it's like, well, you've still got to refill
Jason
the
Bourne.
toilets.
That wasn't Matt Damon, was it? Who was that?
Yeah, Matt Damon. Yeah.
It was Matt Damon.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Got it
that was
right.
the weird thing.
He's a
You're
whole
literally
eco
wasting
guy.
water and
Yeah.
pouring it on the ground. You
No, but he
didn't
was
use
still
it to-
wasting water because he used clean toilet water. And then
Yeah.
next time he
Nah.
goes to the toilet, he's still going to have to refill the water he
Refill
took
it,
out of it. So it was literally just virtue signaling. And then there was the Texan who just had 2 shotguns and just went bang. And it just fell down on him.
That's
Special
kind of
effects.
fun.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool,
amazing.
yeah.
That is like Helldivers for democracy!
For anyone that ever wants to donate to a charity, the one where I know 100% of proceeds go to it is the Ronald McDonald Club. I don't know if that still exists, but
I actually went to fun fact about that, and I went on a field trip to the Ronald McDonald House once, like for I think it was like 4th or 5th grade, and we just like walked around because I think the school was doing some kind of fundraiser for it, and we walked around and looked at all of it, and I was like, they got some nice toys here. Like I was young, like hey,
Ronald
like
McDonald House.
yeah, they had like a toy room, and
Thank you.
yeah, the Ronald McDonald House. Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't say I was good with my memory. Clearly, ice cube challenge, ice bucket challenge.
Maths,
close
not memory.
enough.
Yes.
That's
Wrong
going to be a
M.
t-shirt. Maths, not memory.
Burger and fries for donating.
No,
I hope so.
I usually just put my change in there, but
Mm-hmm. That's why it's so
people-
great.
yeah.
You give them like 26p, you get a burger and fries.
Imagine.
Namde Plum, thank you for the $5. Gotta go. Got a date with a giant lizard. Had fun hanging out.
He's
Oh,
marrying
going to
into the royal
Godzilla.
family.
God. Oh my God, that Kate Middleton stuff up until they announced her thing.
It was a whole.
I thought she was
confusion.
dead.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Here, before we get into our next topic,
I am literally, you know, Bane, where he's like, nobody cared until I put on the mask. I'm like, I didn't care until you released a doctor's photograph. That is my entire. I didn't give a damn until you released a photograph.
Yep.
Stephen DeLeon, thank you for another 5. I like the banter between y'all. If you decide to have a guest, let it be Little Platoon. He likes to drink. Who's that?
Oh, Little Platoon would be fun.
Little Platoon's been on Critical Drinkers a lot. Open
Yeah.
I don't know
Bar.
who that is.
He's a British.
He does like long form reviews.
I'll have
Yes,
to-
he's got
when
a
we end the
very
stream-
posh accent.
He's an
Remind me
Avatar
to-
guy.
Oh, you have to remind me to look it up at the end of our stream here so I can see.
Thank
I will
you,
look.
Steven.
Thank you. And Dave Chandler with another 10. Thank you so much. Want a good story about an 18th century sailing ship? Look up the Gothborg of Sweden incident. The pictures are incredible.
Gothborg. You
I
can
have no
cover it in your
idea.
Pirates channel.
Yeah, right. There we go.
Let's see. Oh, the ship is huge. Well,
Is that the? I wonder if I'm trying to think if that's one that. Is that the one that disappeared?
no idea.
Oh, well, thank you, Dave.
No.
There's
No,
one
all,
that-
all sailors survived when the original ship sank in 1745. It was approaching a harbor in China.
Looks like the chat likes little.
He is a
Platoon.
posh Mauler. Although Mauler is posh, but he's a Cthulhu, so
Yeah, but like Mauler's main problem is he's Welsh, and so he's got like there's like a ceiling on how posh he can be because he will always be Welsh.
All right, I'm
oh
looking it
my
up.
God. Just like the people
Mauler
with
would
the kilts,
agree.
right?
Mauler knows the class system of the UK. He would agree. He'd be like, "Look, yeah, but I am
Who's
surrounded
the
by
most
sheep."
posh?
The
in the
most
UK?
posh. Like, do you mean like personal area?
Area.
The most posh area would be like Oxford, Cambridge, Eton kind of
Oxford.
area. Yes,
I like
that
saying
would
it like
definitely those kind of university group. They're the most sort of elite. Well, they used to be. They've lowered their standards, like everything else.
Mm-mm.
But if you went back in time, they'd definitely be the most posh.
Don't be a Welshist, bro.
I'm English. I'm meant to be Welshist. They hate me too.
Just like with the Scottish.
Yes, exactly.
Except,
the Scottish hate me, and
Disparu
I
and
hate
Ian
the Scottish.
are Disparu and
And the
Ian are like
French.
best friends though on the low.
They keep
I'm
flirting.
too scared to say anything about the
Yeah.
Irish.
They got a bromance going on, like for
Oh
sure.
God. I've seen Irish people
sure.
get in fights. They are nasty. Girls and guys.
It's because they're too drunk to feel pain.
That's true.
I mean, I believe that, actually.
I almost
We're just
got into a
surprised the
fight with a
Scottish can stay
girl.
sober enough.
We
long
got to
enough
be careful when
pass
we
a
go to
driving test.
Ireland, Xray.
No, I
We-
actually almost got in a fight with a girl because she thought I took her drink. I'm like, I didn't order, and like that's not mine. I didn't.
Oh, so you've been to Ireland before?
Oh, many times. My best friend lives there, so
Oh, okay.
I can't wait to go.
I did think
Countryside.
it was random that both of you were like, I want to go to Ireland. It's like, well, there's
It's
UK
just on my
here.
bucket
No,
list.
Ireland. I was like, it was
You guys
very
can come to
specific.
us. I want
and I'm gonna take you to jail, Wicked.
Oh yeah.
Well, they even spell jail differently there.
GOAL, I think.
Yeah, they use the ancient
Yeah.
spelling. There's Welsh ones. The thing is, it's pronounced the same, but it is spelled entirely differently. There's Welsh ones that do the same stuff.
No, it was just a New Year's party, and
Looking at my pint.
she thought I stole her drink, and I was like,
I-
"Look, I'm on holiday. I'll buy you a drink, and then we could take a shot together." And then that was fine.
Yeah, that
She
was
was
a
like-
scam. She's probably pulled that scam on loads of tourists.
Probably. I mean, you could definitely tell I was a tourist. Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
Stuck out like a sore thumb.
My family have lived in Ireland for 500 years. What do you mean?
My hair is dyed. I'm actually a redhead.
Especially when you live in those little towns, there's always like that one black family and the one Asian family that has the Chinese food store.
I mean, my family used to holiday in like North Wales a lot. And so we'd take the ferry from Anglesey to Ireland. And I think it always landed in, it's called Dunleary, but it's spelled Dunlegair. And so my mum was like, we're going to Dunlegair. It was like, the moment we got there, every name was wrong. Like, however you think any Irish name is pronounced, it isn't. Just don't. And if you want a Coke, as in a Coca-Cola, ask for a cork, like a wine cork.
Cork. Yeah,
That's the only thing I understand.
I was like, where's the garbage? And they're like, the what?
Yes, the bin.
The bin.
They say bin
Yeah.
there.
Bin,
Okay.
the rubbish bin.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Raider with the 58-29.
Saucy.
Thank you,
Sauce.
Raider. That's the
What
first
was it?
saucy of the night.
What was it someone asked
Thank
said
you,
the other
Rita.
day? Like, asked Disparu, I think it was on Side Scrollers, asked Disparu what they call the people that stop traffic in the middle of the road. Apparently this isn't an American thing, but over here they're called lollipop men. Or lollipop
Shut
ladies.
up. No.
Because they hold like a big pole with a red circle on that says stop, you know? Those signs. So they're like lollipops. So we call them lollipop men.
That's so cute.
It makes
What-
sense. I think the
that's like-
Lollipop Guild. That's what I
Yeah,
think of
but
when you say
I think
that.
it was
the
I
Lollipop
think it was
Guild.
Blabs thought that was hilarious. So like, no, they're called lollipop ladies.
Oh my god. Blabs with
the-
that
for the kids.
DP.
Oh, that was one of the most hilarious things. The thing, it was Melanie Mac's response. Have you not seen this, Wicked?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
my God,
we've
let
got
me
to get
see if I
this
can
up.
Find it. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
because-
think
get the-
so.
like, we have to show it. You can skip like 40 seconds in because that's when it really starts. But somebody super chats. I love DP. The soda's great too. But Blabs reads it as I love Dr. Pepper. The soda's great too. Yeah.
Pepper. The soda's decent too.
Hang on, stop this. I want to do the lollipop joke first. Because one of the jokes about the lollipop lady, I think it was Jimmy Carr, said, my uncle was a lollipop man who got fired. He got fired for stealing. I didn't want to believe it, but the signs were all there. And that is one of my favorite dad jokes. I think it's amazing.
The signs are all there. That is hilarious. So I'll just play it from here. I think.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
No. He said,
Yeah, it
love,
is. There's literally a video
he's
on
saying
of me trying Dr. Pepper for the very first time on the
Blabs.
Gamers clips. It's like
Blabs.
it's disgusting.
Blabs.
No,
You-
I won't
you're-
have it, Craig.
Blabs,
She gets really violent.
you are missing the point of his
Well, she's Italian.
said, love DP.
Look
Look at her face.
That's when I realized what because she said love Dr. Pepper.
Diet Pepper?
No, Blabs.
Is it
No.
love?
That's adorable.
That is
Is
adorable.
some
isn't it?
innuendo here?
Blabs, Blabs, can you?
Lethal will educate you.
Okay.
Yeah, Blabs, I'll tell you.
What?
would
I
actually
see. I
like-
don't even know for sure what it is. Is it dick pic?
Blabs,
Is it
go ahead
just
and-
dick?
It's got to
No,
be
no,
along those
It's
lines.
The tip?
Blabs, just go and search it.
It's her reaction that got
Is
me.
that what it is? Is that what it is? I'm just guessing. I'm throwing out words here, guys. Help me.
Craig broke.
Well, yeah, Blabs thinks that she's done something. She doesn't realize we're laughing at Melanie.
It's like you can see when the penny took the instant.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Well, quick turn.
What? What'd I do? Like, I search up. Let's try this. Hang on, I'm gonna hear
Don't
myself.
look it
Oh,
up,
no.
Blabs.
Oh,
Don't.
Dictionary
Don't.
DP.
Never look it
Please
up.
don't.
She's
I
so
don't
embarrassed
want
though
your
because we're
innocence
laughing at her.
corrupted.
She thinks.
Oh
I don't know what it means either.
no!
To
Did
be
I
honest.
read it out loud?
Wait, you don't know what DP
Yo, no,
means?
don't worry. Don't worry. She reads it on stream. I'm like, there's no way. When she says, should I read it out loud? I'm like, there's no way she's reading this.
She's totally
oh,
going
she
to,
does.
right? Let's do
She
it.
definitely does.
Urban Dictionary, shorter nickname for double penetration.
I didn't actually think you were going to read it out.
Oh,
Insertion of two simultaneously into.
Yeah, she reads the entire description to into the at the same time. And I'm like, oh no.
Blabs.
But it was just. It was the whole because she at first we couldn't see the super chat, so she's like, "I love Dr. Pepper. The soda's great too," and it just seemed like a normal message. I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And he's like, "I'm so glad that Craig was paying attention," and he's like,
Because that
"No."
could have just been nothing.
Yes, he's like, "No, it said DP." She's like, "Yeah, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's amazing. I will fight you, Craig, if you're like Dr. Pepper isn't amazing. I will fight you." And then he's like, "It said DP." I'm like, "Oh no." But when
You learn
Melanie
something
went,
new every day.
the moment Melanie realized what it was, I'm like dead.
Oh,
And then
my
she's
God.
desperately pleading with Blabs, "No, please, Blabs.
Don't
You don't
read
need
it.
to see what I have seen." It's like the opposite of Galadriel. "You've not seen what I have seen. And that's a good thing. You should stay over there." And
Yeah.
he's like, "No, I
Let's
want to
keep
read
her
it."
innocent.
But Blabs that entire time thought we were laughing at her. You could tell when she's like, "What did I do?" Because she didn't realize we were laughing at Melanie realizing in the first place. So she Googles it to find out why we're laughing at her. And it's like, oh, everything about that was perfect. Everyone's on different like wavelengths, laughing at their own stuff.
Freaking love it.
And
That's
Blabs
great.
is just like, "I need to find out."
Why are you laughing at me? Well, hey, I learned something new tonight. I don't know. I would have been like
But
Dr.
the-
Pepper.
I mean, DP can
moment I had
also mean
DP,
display
was it-
pic too.
Not in that context, though.
Not
I would have
nah.
went with Dr. Pepper.
Context, but you know. But anyways,
It was like the stars aligned for that joke. It was amazing.
absolutely.
Oh, Andrew, thank you for the £2. Can we get Mark the Cyborg? He's married to a harpy.
Andrew, I denounce you.
You've upset Xray. She's gonna leave.
I mean, you're not disproving him when you say that. Like, well, actually, yes. And I hate you for pointing it out.
Oh, you know what? The harpies in Dragon's Dogma are so hard to kill because I'm a fighter. I don't have the skills. So those harpies suck. But they've got boobs. They've got boob mechanics.
Always an advantage.
They got
Boob
the
mechanic, do you mean physics?
Yes.
Because mechanics would be like, no, the way you defeat a harpy is through its boobs. Be like the charger.
That's what men are. You know, you defeat men through boobs.
That's true. It's like a trump card for them. There was a thing on Helldivers posted like the charger. It's like, you know, they can't defeat them. For someone, it's like people hate the charger, and for some reason the charger can't get it through its thick skull. And I just posted underneath, the way to a charger's brain is through its ass.
It's so true.
It is.
And it's very juicy when it bursts too.
Yeah. It's like popping an orange.
We can-
I mean, normally
I don't know what to say.
I just annihilate it from the front rather than waiting for it to turn around in the first place.
I usually throw bombs under it, you know?
Well,
I defeat it from its underside.
you're not a top kind of person then.
No.
You can explode its face in one shot if you're really good.
Oh. Might have to learn how you do that.
Wicked's like, pardon me, I need to drink.
We're talking about killing bugs, obviously.
Obviously. Look, it's charging towards you. That's
Oh,
gotta
we have
count
a
for something.
request. Raider, thank you for the $27.91.
I'm not singing. I don't know what this obsession is with me singing.
Need to get Disparu to sing Waterfall by TLC. He wouldn't participate yesterday. You don't like
I don't even.
Waterfall?
Nobody even asked me to sing that by.
Go chasing waterfalls.
No. People asked me to sing. It was Boom something.
What?
I can't even remember what it was.
Boom, boom.
I want you in my room.
That was the one.
Let's
Nobody
go.
wants
Come
me
on.
to sing. No.
Saucy karaoke. 3.
No.
2.
There's
No, I think we need to be drunker
No.
for that.
yes.
Yeah.
That's the issue. There's no music,
Thank you.
and you
for-
can't play music because you get banned. But if we
Yeah,
ever like do
it's
music,
true.
I'll like do karaoke with you.
Yeah.
If we're drunk
When we
in a
go to
karaoke
Ireland.
place with music.
When we go to Ireland, we can do
I mean,
it.
you won't.
We can do it on Kick.
You'll regret it, but I will do it in a karaoke place with the actual music.
We could do
I
it
love
on Kick.
And everyone will regret it.
exclusive.
The entire bar, the entire city would regret me singing.
No, karaoke is fun when you're bad at it.
Oh, well,
Unless you go to
it's not fun for everybody
Philippines.
else.
You might get shot. Just
Huh?
saying. Remember the Philippines? That's where I talked about it. When you
Oh,
can't sing
yeah.
my way, like, and it's actually for real. I'm like, okay, that's all right.
They will
Um,
shiv you.
They will. Yeah, just okay.
I know the
so
Philippines.
I know. Jason Webster, thank you for another 5. Welcome to Saucy Saturdays After Dark, where no topic is taboo. It's true.
Absolutely.
And it's on
Jesus-
It's on Wicked's channel as well. Wicked's like, I'm so wholesome, I don't do anything right. And then she hosts this mess. It's like,
I have to throw
I'm not going to do anything.
curveballs.
I just like playing games.
And then
This
Disparu's
is
like,
a beautiful mess. I love it.
and then Disparu last week we started the stream. She wanted him to have a foursome.
It's true. That's what it was. It was in the article. I was disgusted. I'm like, no. Everyone's like, we don't know. Maybe it's not her. She wanted him to have a foursome. That defeats any argument. Right there. She tried to get her husband involved.
Yeah, that was a mess. Anyways, Jesus Davila has been a member for 3 months. Thank you.
Nice.
That is how
Question.
much this has changed. I used to be like, I'm not going to swear in her stream chat because she seems really hot. And now, oh no, that's fallen apart.
I still haven't
Question, what-
swore yet.
That's because you're
Online?
the only sober one.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sober. I haven't even finished my beer yet. But I did have wine, so I'm like
I was gonna say you got the little like
I
red.
got the yeah. Question, what did y'all
That was
name
because you
your
found out
ship
what Dr. Pepper meant.
in?
Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that could happen? I could have a prolapse. I mean, I don't know.
I didn't name my ship in Helldiver, but I named. Sorry, I'm answering Jesus' question because I'm gonna forget.
I've seen it. It's gross. No,
I've not
Wait,
seen
what?
it. I just think it's funny.
a prolapse of
You
many
didn't need
holes.
to repeat it.
She needed to because my brain was reading what Jesus wrote and I missed it.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Jesus.
Sorry, we will get to your question momentarily as soon as this is done.
Talk about prolapses.
You've said it 3 times now.
I know. Okay,
I
the
said it
three's the
once.
rule. The rule of 3. I
I
can't
gotta
do it
take a drink.
anymore.
That's true. It's funny 3 times.
So I didn't name my ship in Helldivers 2. But I did name my pod. I named it Bowie because I kept singing the Major Tom to ground control when I started playing Helldivers. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna name my pod Bowie because X-Wing said that everyone's gotta name their pod, and I was like, all right,
I
mine's
didn't
Bowie.
name anything.
You did. You named it. You have to name your ship.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. When you first play, I think it's a tutorial, then you do a first mission, then you choose the name of your ship. Mine is the Harbinger of Judgment. Because everyone's like, you shouldn't judge people. I was like, I will. And I'm going to do it in a super carrier from space.
I'm gonna have to figure out a name now.
You've already got a name.
Well, what did you
But I
name
don't
yours,
remember.
Disparu?
Well, you can check your name whenever you want. It's just, if you go, you know where you go to buy all the ship improvements and stuff? And the weapons. It's on that first page in that same,
I'll
you can
check
change it
next
whenever you
time.
want.
Tomorrow.
Oh, so you could actually name it. I don't think I did because I always join other people's ships. So I gotta name my ship. I don't know. I will let
You
you know
will-
what I do.
You will have a name. But yeah, you can change it whenever you want. But
I'll
mine
change
is the
it.
Harbinger
I'll
of
I'll
Judgment.
give it a good name. I'm something good.
I'm gonna
You
call
have-
mine
No,
Bloody
you-
Moon.
No, you can only choose. It's like the
God damn.
something of something. and then you can choose between the two lists. But it's a massive list. You got loads of options.
Okay.
Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. I can imagine Disparu in Sweet Home Alabama whilst chairs and bottles bounce off the cage surrounding the stage. I can't do the scholar thing. There you go. Ian gets it.
Sweet Home
Alabama.
Well, yeah. Well, it's the royal wave is not that. It's.
But no, Disparu gets it, or not Disparu, sorry. Ian gets, I mean, you get it, but Ian gets why I do it, because I have a soundbite that I play when I get, like, gifties or something, and I usually only play it for certain people. Depends. It's Michael Scott going, thank you, so you are a gentleman and a scholar, and I always do this, and Ian loves it. I do it every single time, no matter what I'm playing.
This is why I want a cape, because with a cape, you can do, like, a flourish. As you
like a little curtsy?
Bow down, and you're like... Well, no, it's not. No, a curtsy is like downwards. That's the women's. No, the men do it with
a bow.
It's in Wheel of Time a lot. In Wheel of Time a lot, there's a lot of bowing, and they all have capes, and so it like explodes. But you can like fire it out on all sides, or you can like come in dramatically with the cape. Cape allows for a lot of like emotion just as you enter rooms and stuff.
When they do the bullfighting and they use the capes, and you're like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, congratulations, you're outsmarting an animal. Ooh.
An animal that could kill you. I mean, I know
I don't think outsmarting an animal is particularly impressive.
I don't know. Maybe you should do it with a hippo.
I've seen Floridians fight off crocodiles with a saucepan. And it's like,
oh my god, those are so funny.
Like there's like some old grandpa like, get out of here.
Yeah, I saw it, the same one, but I saw it the other day, and this crocodile was charging him, and he just went smack on his snout, and then smack, and the crocodile ran off again. It's like, oh.
You know you're Chad when.
Well, this is the thing. Drunk's like, oh no, they're all fine, they're not going to hurt you. It's like, I've seen squirrels. The videos. That was going after his... Yeah, he was like a squirrel, he was going after his nuts.
Depends. Like the little ones, no. I still haven't actually seen one though, but like everyone's told me that like the little ones will be like under your car, it's like shoo, and I'm like,
oh, the first time I see one, eat your foot.
The first time I see one,
eat my dogs.
The first time I see one, I'm not going to be like, oh, whatever. I'm going to be like,
surprising they've survived this long.
You want to know something weird about Florida?
You're like one missed breakfast away from buying another dog.
An animal that's kind of creepy is the raccoons. They look like crackheads. Like I seen one and I was like, I went back in my house and waited for it to go away because the way it looked at me, it didn't scurry away. It looked at me like it was like come get some.
Raccoons are scary.
They are.
I know,
they're
awesome.
There's not in Florida. They're not okay. They're gonna jump.
They're awesome.
They've been in the heat
Trash
too long. Their
pandas.
brains are baked.
No,
their
nails are so sharp. They can, you know how big they are, and they can climb up trees.
Have you guys ever seen the video? There's a video of a rabid one that attacked a little girl. She was okay, but she was like going into her house, and they had like a ring cam or something that recorded it, and she's like screaming for her mom, and her mom comes out and had to like grab it and chuck it, and I was like, holy crap!
I got bitten by a squirrel the other day. You know, it happens. Yeah. He was probably hungry and just was like, oh, he was overexcited for food and missed.
Look at Disparu. He's looking like a snack over there.
Yeah, no, literally, he was like, he was so desperate for food, he couldn't wait for me to get it out of the bag and then missed when I went to give it him and bit my finger. But, you know, it happens. I've seen, there's two cats and they're like eating from this bowl and the raccoon walks up and he like and he's not looking at him. And he's like looking over it and he grabs the food and then just runs off holding it. It's amazing. I've seen another one where this police officer just bangs on a bin and then runs off. You're like, what's going to happen? Next thing, this trash panda face pops out of the bin inside of it. They're amazing little creatures. They're not squirrels, but you know.
They're a-holes. That we've had to put like bricks on top of our trash cans so they don't get in there.
Yeah.
We have foxes, but foxes I don't think can get into wheelie bins. So they would if they could though.
So one time I was camping with friends, and this is weird because I've never actually had this happen. It depends on where you're camping. This was more of a like there was cabins and stuff, but it was still like deep. It was upstate New York, so a lot of woods and everything. And we're sitting there in this, I think it was like a beaver or something. We were just like at the fire. It was late. and it like was walking up to us, and I was like, I got up and like ran. I was like, why is this thing creeping up behind us? Like, and the girl that was with us was like, oh, it probably just wants food. I was like, listen, you're not Snow White, okay? This thing is probably gonna bite you. Like, why is it creeping up to us? Like, she was sitting there like, oh, I'm like, you're not a Disney princess. Calm down. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand that. You're gonna go pet it, it's gonna bite you, and you're gonna get
a
rabies.
Disney princess would like whip out a sword, behead it, and then go and conquer a country. That's the new Disney
All without
princess.
a man.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, make friends with a dragon.
Yeah, I don't trust the little critters, man. Them things got rabies. Get away from me.
Absolutely.
What Disney princesses?
What
if they've got rabies?
I don't trust either. Nick Skyberg, thank you for the 5. I've seen many prolapses. They were all cows or calves, so very messy job putting them back together too. Sounds messy. I just laugh.
That's not what I expected to see at the start of a super chat.
Great.
Manic Pixie Fangirl's been a member for 1 month. Thank you. The Hammer of Judgment sounds like what Judge Dredd calls his D. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure you can choose the Hammer of Judgment. No, mine is the Harbinger of Judgment.
The Harbinger.
Harbinger.
They was like, you can't judge people, or they'll say something. They'd be like, I can't believe that people will actually do this horrific thing, and they're like, but no judgment. Why? Judge them. They're a little dirty cretin. Judge them.
Just
what you're supposed to do.
Judge them and make them a man.
Yeah, I know you're judging them. We all know you're judging them, but you're like, oh, I'm going to pretend I'm not judging. Yes, you think the same of them as me. I'll just say it in their face. Like they deserve. See, Xray Girl's like, oh, no, I can't believe somebody said
Wait,
this.
I was like,
I'm Canadian.
what are we talking about? Who are we judging?
No.
I don't even know.
The only difference between me and Xray Girl is she would judge them and then apologize afterwards.
Not necessarily. Depends on who it is.
Yeah, you'd say sorry.
Sorry.
No. If it was one of those SG, well, depends on where it is. Because if it's at my work, I'm not gonna fight anyone because that's unprofessional.
Yeah.
But if it's just everyday life, walking around,
Just X-ray their head and go, see, now I have proof you've got a small brain.
This would get fired.
and
real
a small
quick.
D.
Well,
I can see it. Okay.
I was gonna say you don't need an X-ray for that.
Probably not.
Jason
I don't want to
Webster,
look at it.
It's not going to be internal unless it's really small
thank you for another 5.
or particularly cold, and it is Canada.
I mean, yeah,
The machine
Canada's-
needs to be cold for it to work. Okay.
Well, I mean that's not a fair. It's not a fair go then.
That's just not fair.
Yeah.
I would go
It's like
a long
you've-
way to
you've-
see
You've set them up to fail.
X-Ray Girl, Wicked, and Disparu singing AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
I'm on a highway to hell.
Which was the one? There's a.
That'd be
I think
another
it's
good song for hell diving, actually.
That would be actually. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think it was AC/DC that Alias had.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
remember what
George
it was called.
Costanza. I was at the
Oh my god.
pool. I've seen some of Seinfeld.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't, like a big fan, but it was always on. So
Alias
But-
season 2 on one of the best starts to any episode of television ever. It does AC/DC's Back in Black. It is
That's another good song.
I think it's called Phase 1 is the episode title. You can literally watch the first 30 seconds of that, you'll know why I like it.
all right.
Season 2, episode 13, it came on after the Super Bowl, and they were like, we need an advertisement to keep everyone from the Super Bowl watching this episode. So they just had Jennifer Garner come out in a lingerie to Back in Black. Make that today.
Yeah. Don't think
It had
so.
to be a fine thing. It's like, well, we do have Lizzo.
Well, we do have Lizzo.
Best I can do is Lizzo.
Oh my god. When I heard she quit, I was hoping she quit. Like music. Was it Lizzo that quit?
It was Lizzo that quit. Yeah, she said there was too
Yeah.
many jokes. I think Helldivers tipped her over the edge. There was one, two of the bile spewers. They're like, no, we can't do this anymore. Every time she loads into one of those maps, it's just her name on all of them. I can't.
What
They're
are
everywhere.
Black Girl Gamers gonna do with that Lizzo?
They need her for promotion purposes.
Well, I mean, you need a wide-angle lens.
Oh, jeez.
Look, it adds to the production cost. High-quality wide-angle lenses are more expensive.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
I've laughed too much this night.
Look, it's that or put your camera in the next field over. Telescopic lens. From the moon.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have one more story to cover. I know we're having a good time, but before we forget this story, it's not a long one.
That's what she said.
I actually, damn it, I actually covered this on my Thursday stream, but I wanted to
It was
get.
cold. She couldn't judge properly.
He was
He
cold.
he was set up to fail.
I did cover this one on my Thursday show, but I wanted to get the input from these guys because I mean they're both in different countries actually. The New York State law for squatters' rights is ridiculous. So basically, if you have proof that you fixed the home up or you've been staying there, whatever, for 30 days, you could take someone's home in New York State, and that's freaking ridiculous. That's scary. Imagine going away for a month or something, like if you have like you work remote or something, right? You go away for a month and somebody's squatting in your home and they can just take it, or you bought this home and you don't have anyone living there and you're going to renovate it, whatever the case be. You bought the house, someone could still take it from you. It's crazy. So a homeowner in New York City was taken away in handcuffs after she tried to change the locks on her home to keep out a group of alleged squatters. Adele Andelaro told the outlet she was the owner of $1 million home in Flushing, Queens, which she inherited from her parents. So backstory, apparently, I think her dad passed away and then the house was left to her. So not only is she dealing with her father had passed away, these scums go and squat in her house and are trying to take it. So the outlet captured an unknown woman unlock the front door before leaving. Once inside, Andelaro found two men inside who claimed to be tenants. These individuals then allegedly called the police on her. When officers arrived, they asked the men to prove their resident status. When Andelaro had the property deed in hand, so she's there with the deed in hand, like she owns this house. Neither individual could present leasing documents to back up their claims. But how is the property deed not they're saying neither individual that was there. So just the fact that she has a property deed should be like, okay, like you own this house. And then these two people, they don't have any, leasing documents or anything like that. Saying
No
that they're-
documentation.
Yeah, none. And she's the one that gets arrested. You guys want to see the video?
They call it a tenant issue. So yeah,
I can just read it. It's fine.
Even though you haven't signed anything.
I watched it on my stream. It's
The police don't want to get involved.
One thing I never really liked is that, especially post-COVID, tenant laws in Canada, they support the people leasing the property more than the people who own. So, like, say I rented out a condo and someone doesn't pay, then I have to pay whatever the mortgage or whatever without their pay for however many X months. And then you could try to evict them, but they have more rights than you, even though that is your property.
ridiculous.
That
And
is
if
wild.
If it's anything like UK law, what you have to do is your eviction notice goes to a person. So what people used to do over here is they would all squat in different properties and they would rotate. So that by the time the eviction notice came for that person's moved on to another house, and the person that was in that house has come back to this one, and so now you need a new eviction notice, which also takes months to get. So this has been, at least over here, it's an old issue that people have done for years, but it's got worse
Because people are finding out about it. Like that whole TikTok.
not from here. The English wouldn't do it over here, is why it hadn't happened.
The TikToks that have talked about this, spreading this news, I think is just downright disgusting because people work so hard in their lives to be able to buy a home. And a lot of people end up going house poor for it. So if you can't, if you have people that are living there and can't get rid of them and they have more rights than you, than the person who has the deed, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. And New York took it to a new level.
Oh, yeah. 30 days. It's a month. That's insane. Like
all
in
this
Florida.
comes from,
No, go ahead. Finish yours first. Sorry.
all this comes from left-wing ideology, which is basically they consider property rights to be an awful thing, and they consider landlords to be incredibly awful because
They're
they
the
don't consider
evil
it a
ones.
proper job. So they're like, well, you just sit there and don't do anything. It's like, I've got like £500,000 wrapped up in this house that could be doing other things, but it's in the house, and so they don't understand like monetary risk or like asset management because all they have is envy themselves. So they don't really care. They just want your money. And so they can take your money by taking your house, which is your asset. So it's not so much that they don't understand, they don't want to. But they consider
Okay,
landlords
Ian.
to be evil.
Sorry. Yeah, they're not tenants. They're squatting and
Oh,
occupied.
I was
yeah, that's
just
what the
talking
truth
about
but
is.
at
that's
least
what the
in
police-
Canada. I don't
Yeah.
know about the squatters.
That's what they
that
say.
here.
Not that she
In
agrees
this-
with it, but yeah.
In this instance, the police said they wouldn't. The police came around twice. And the first time they came around, they said, we're not going to get involved because we consider this to be a tenant issue. But
Yeah, they
then
say
she
that in
changed
this.
Yeah, then she changed the locks, and then the guy came back with the police and said she's just evicted us without like notice and stuff because there's a procedure you've got to go through. So because the law considered them to be tenants,
Yeah,
that's why
which is
she got
messed up.
arrested.
And the thing is, so this is her. I'm not gonna like play the whole video, and then this is, and she. Let me show the guy. Like she actually had somebody there recording it, like her getting her. And this is the guy that's squatting, and this guy, the news guy, asks him like, he's like, I showed the police my lease, and he was like, can you show me it? And he's like, who are you? Why do I gotta show you anything? He's like, oh, I'm so and so from Channel 7 News. He's like, oh, all right, I'll show you. And then
for
the
his clout.
voiceover. But listen, the voiceover is like, he didn't show me a lease. he pulled out his phone. He didn't even have a lease, so that's why I'm like, how did she get arrested? He had like a receipt that he like purchased something for the house, and that was supposed to like be the proof that he had been
If
there.
that's all you need, I'm sure you can look like you live in so many different places. Like that's wild.
Yeah, he showed bills for work he claimed to have done. So after the encounter, she reportedly called locksmith. Okay, yeah, we already got that. And she says, I'm really fearful that these people are going to get away with stealing my home. That's so sad.
It's that easy to steal someone's home. Live there for 30 days if you're in New York. So
Yeah. So it's changing right now in Florida. It was 7 years, which I think there should be no rights at all, but at least it's not as crazy as freaking 30 days. But again, New York's a very, liberal state. So
well, hey, those homes.
but Ron's
where do
changing
people
that.
beach in New York usually? There's a,
Beach,
like or
like
co-
New
we
York
call it cottage.
City. Oh, there's like quite a few different places, but if we're gonna go like with New York City, I forget what it's by the Hudson. I think like there's beaches there.
I was in Gossip
know.
Girl. That's why I can't remember it for some reason.
Oh, crap! You said that, and I'm like, okay, where the rich people go?
Yeah,
That's different.
they're not there all the time. Why don't you go and live in their houses? They're probably gonna do that. Like,
yeah, I forget what it's
over
called.
here-
Crap! I know what you're talking about though.
Over here, squatters' rights used to be 25 years or something like that. It was a long time. It was essentially for if there's just an abandoned building and you've made it better, well, you might as well keep it. But again, as you move progressively left, the thing goes down and down and down and down. It's just a slippery slope like everything else. So these laws used to have a decent purpose. If a building has been abandoned for 25 years and you're not doing anything with it and it's rotting, it probably is better if somebody moves in because you're not doing anything with it. It's just a plot of land at that point. But again, people take advantage of other people's goodwill.
But the other thing is, if say it's a dilapidated building, 25 years, starting to rot, whoever owns it, I bet you, if they get
showing
injured there,
something?
they'll sue
There you go.
whoever
Yes.
owns it.
I was like, what is that?
This is the UK version. It's worse. Shameless squatter moved into pensioner's empty home, won legal right to keep it, and then sold it for over £500,000.
Wow.
Which would be like what, $700,000, $800,000, and that over $1 million in Canadian.
That is
And
disgusting.
What I remember from this is the reason why it was a pensioner where it was empty. I think the guy was in hospital, so he couldn't be in his house. And then when it passed over to the family, they were working out what to do with it, which is why it was empty in the first place. And he formally moved in 2012, and then a few months later applied to the court for permanent possession, which was worth $400,000 at the time. A few months. That's all it takes.
Wow, that's insane.
He won the appeal despite the judge accepting that he had committed trespass. So this guy was a criminal, and yet was like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. And then he sold it on. And that was because
that's
they said he worked on it.
disgusting.
To be fair, though, I mean, £500,000 for that. That's the state of the UK, by the way. As a terraced house. Well, or probably a semi-detached. For over £500,000. Like, about $700,000 and $800,000. This is why whenever I look at American houses, I'm, like, amazed. You get about double the house for half the price.
Depends on where you are, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but you can't... Like, that's not unusual. This is probably... I bet it is in London. So it'll be in, like, the higher stuff. It'll at least be down south. But unless you're going to move to, like, Scotland or something out in the middle of nowhere...
God, it's just so scary if you own a home.
Yeah. That's
and
terrifying
things like
to
that
think that.
happen.
Like, you go on vacation, you got to be like afraid someone just.
Be careful, New York. Have good security.
Yeah, seriously.
There was another guy for the other side where, yeah, you can't just evict the people in America, but he gave his property to a mate, the deed, then rented it off his mate for $1, then moved in and made their lives a living hell until they left. So he just became another squatter, essentially, squatted next to them and did the worst things he could imagine to annoy them, and then set up a company to do it for other people. So this is such a widespread problem, people are actually setting up businesses to solve it. That's how screwed the law is.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. And if you understand the law as a leaser, squatter, tenant, however the situation is, you could pretty much stay in a place for a long term.
Yeah, you could like think
Not
about how
pay.
bad it is to evict someone too. Like if they actually did sign a lease too, how hard is that? Like if they don't want to pay the rent, and a lot of that happened during like the pandemic and stuff, when people weren't paying their rent. A lot of landlords just got completely screwed. It's ridiculous. Anyways,
over here, people are making TikToks telling you the law.
like where,
and stuff.
yeah,
How
that's
to
not good.
squat.
They're probably doing it here too. I don't have TikTok anymore.
No, they are definitely doing it, and it's devious,
Well, I knew because
insidious,
it hit the
and
law. It hit the news.
I
Oh, yeah, it's in the New
can't
York
wait
Post.
for it to be.
Yeah.
It will. I don't think it'll ever change, but I do think COVID, at least in Canada, made it worse because they changed the laws up a little bit so that people wouldn't lose their places that they lived because they weren't making money because the government was stopping them from making money. So they caused more problems by doing it.
Yeah, but that's the intention. It is, we've used something that happened as an excuse to do something that we wanted to do anyway. So it's just like, we can already just accelerate the car down the road we're already going down.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just got murdered.
Was that like a screw or something? The mic?
Yeah, that was like a banshee. It's like one of us has 7 days before the ring appears.
Oh my god. But anyways, I guess we covered all our topics for today. I want to remind you guys we will be posting it on social media this week to remind you that next week we're going to be starting a new schedule. We're going to start an hour early and go an hour later. They're just really happy. I made it nice, short, and sweet.
No, I've been really confused because like my clock's changed during this. And so it's now an hour later. I'm like, we haven't been here for 3 hours. So I keep comparing my time to what it says we've been live for. It's like, it doesn't feel like 3 hours.
Does it say
Well, no,
3
it
hours?
hasn't.
Screen for 3 hours now on your YouTube?
No, that's the thing. It's because in the top
Oh.
left it says live 2 hours 7 minutes, but it is it's 3 and we started at 12.
Yeah.
So I've been really confused for a long time.
This is why we didn't want to do the time change.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would have
Yeah, we
changed
wanted to wait.
midstream.
Yeah. So starting next week, 7 p.m. Eastern is when we will be going live, and then we will be going until 10 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, we'll post it on Instagram and Twitter and stuff to remind you guys. But we figured we should try to go a little bit longer, especially when we have a guest on, which will be about like probably once a month is what we're going for. We should have a guest next week, but we like to wait to announce like who and everything until the day of, because sometimes schedules get messed up and stuff. So
And one of the advantages of like doing it this way is if people still turn up at the old time, well, they still got the same amount of stream they would have done anyway. So
Yeah,
it kind of
exactly.
works well.
you just missed the first
our
hour.
beginning banter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
which
that
is
one I
which
love.
usually lasts for about an hour, so it makes sense to add an hour to the
True,
stream.
yeah.
It does.
It's like we don't really do introductions. We just waffle on about random stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's how we do it here.
For democracy.
Waffles.
So yeah,
carbs.
guys, what tomorrow? Oh, do you still have like you're busy streaming tomorrow, Sunday? Because I know some people celebrate Easter, so I don't know if like anybody
Yeah.
that you stream with
I
is going to be.
think I'm still doing everything that I normally do. So painting in the
Okay.
morning, Sunday fun day, and Forbidden Frontiers as per usual for Sunday. So I'm excited about that.
We gotta, you know what? We need Xray to finish Buffy, and we need to just do a Buffy stream. Like, I need somebody to do that with, and Mark is like, please,
I know
please.
I'm so busy, and
Please.
I'm not gonna lie, because you guys mentioned pirates, I kind of want to
you.
watch Pirates tonight.
Yeah, that sounds. I might actually. I'm gonna watch something. I don't know yet. I'm just gonna like chill out after this stream and take a little break. I'm gonna be cooking all day tomorrow because it is Easter. I'm gonna go easy though.
Watch
I'm making
Crossbones.
Italian. So it's not gonna be that, but it's gonna be a few hours probably in the kitchen making some goodies and stuff. But I don't mind it. I will try to stream tomorrow night. I think I want to play some more Princess Peach. The game is adorable and I've been really enjoying
Aw.
it. So yeah, I have maybe 2 streams left of it, and then it's gonna be done. It's only a 7-hour
I
game.
love
So
it. You should try
yeah.
Dragon's Dogma. I really,
Dragon's
really like
Dogma.
that
I'll
game.
look at. I'll watch. I seen the only gameplay I've seen was when I hopped in your stream the other day and you were playing it. And you look like you were having a lot of fun. You were like
Yeah.
super zoned out.
I
And I
clicked
will-
as his stream, and he was like, he was literally climbing on somebody's back with like a blade, like the stone giant or something. And then he started hitting weird blue kind of.
Oh yeah, because that's
balls on it or
that's
something? It
a
was weird.
vulnerable spot. Yeah. I know
But
exactly
he was like
which one.
riding it on his back
Yeah,
at one point. He
there's
was like,
like
yeah, take
there's
it.
a move
Take
where
it.
you can
I was like,
jump on them and gouge them with your
Yeah.
sword. Yeah.
well,
Also, D-Day Direwolf's pawn. I really like his pawn a lot. Aerith, she's very sexy. Very
yeah.
sexy.
To see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got going on. Monday, History of Pirates will be back. The Patches of Rum podcast at 7 p.m. Eastern. But during the week, and actually Monday, I have my Monday stream this Monday too, so it's gonna be my busy week. So yeah, look for me for gaming and stuff. We will try to get plan another Saucy Helldiver stream
gaming.
soon. We'll figure it out.
Saucy diving.
What do you got going on, Disparu? Saucy diving. I like that.
I have no idea. I'll be.
He's like, I don't even
I'll
know
always
what's
be
going
playing
on.
more Helldivers, but apart from that, I don't know. I need to get something out for tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a summary of Girls on the Bus at some point. But what I'm really looking forward to at the moment is the Acolyte, because
That's a
it's like
bloody
a
mess.
massive turd on the horizon.
Your commentary is gonna be better than the actual show. So let's.
It's like you can see it coming. It's like, I know this is going to be awful. It's like, oh, how can you tell? It's like, well, I mean, they're squatting, and it looks like that's what they're about to do.
There's just so many women in it.
Yeah, and don't worry,
Well,
I'm
true.
not gonna miss the super chats before we leave. We'll end on those.
I always think when I see the Acolyte, it's like the reason, because it's set whatever 100 years before, like the Star Wars 1, 2, 3.
Something like that. Yeah.
I was like, you know, the reason they didn't exist later on in those years because they sucked.
Mhm.
That diversity, inclusion, and all that. Just saying.
So look out for some Disparu Helldiver streams. Everyone got excited, I think.
Yeah,
'cause
you're gonna
you
be
never
streaming
do
more.
that.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah. To get the gaming
Well,
streams
people
going.
seem to like it, so give
Yeah,
the people
do
what
it.
they want.
Give them what they want, and you get to play Helldivers too, so it's a win-win, really.
Yes.
Nightmare, thank you for the $2. We don't own our land. Property tax equal government rent. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we don't have
that's true.
property. We don't have property tax, but we do have council tax, which I believe is similar.
But
Kind of the same thing. Yeah.
the property tax at least is supposed to go towards like public services, whether it's
Yeah,
true or
ours is.
not.
But what I've heard about America is if you don't pay the property taxes, they can take your house off you. They can't do that here.
Oh,
Like the council tax is like local government tax, and they would obviously take you to court and want the money and stuff. But it's not like they don't own the property; you own the land.
Oh, okay.
interesting. I don't know about that in
Ray-
Canada.
I don't know about that here either. Ray Glendering, thank you for the £2 subbed. Love the stream. Love from the UK. Thank you so much, guys. I am
Cheers.
approaching. I'm getting
Somebody
very,
else has
very
been here for
close.
3 hours.
Yeah. I'm getting
Time traveler.
No.
super close to 5K. I'm gonna have a 5K
Nice.
celebration when I finally get there. So thank you guys so much for the love. It feels like it's approaching really fast. So thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying, all the live streams and everything. You guys are awesome. And Justin Martins with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. And we haven't done this all stream, so it's gotta happen.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
But,
I did come across a treasure trove of old clips of things.
Did you?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
no.
you're gonna
At
send
some point,
some?
I'm
no.
gonna need to edit them together.
Oh
I
no.
don't
gotta-
think I
if
have any
there's-
of Wicked. I do
Oh.
have some of Xray Girl.
Oh no, I'm
Uh-oh.
scared. There's
I gotta
quite
give
a
you my
few that Perry
email.
has. Don't talk to Perry
Oh.
Chan.
I can't find Blab's one where she's going. It's so big. It's the size of your whole hand. That's it. I haven't found that yet. I will at some point.
Oh,
I think so. Oh, it was her alerts on her stream, and she was like going like that. It's like, wow, the alert so big. It's the size of my whole hand. I'm like, you can't say that.
Bobs.
Oh,
So
God.
sweet. I love it.
But yeah, guys, next week, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll probably have a guest. I think so. We'll see. We should probably.
Confirmed. Well,
But yeah, I need Disparu to email me that clip that you sent me of Sydney Sweeney because I can't save anything on Twitter. So you're gonna have to send an email.
Google Docs.
Google.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
there you go. Put it in the docs. We got a doc now. We're very professional. We're getting there. All right, guys. Anything else that you want to say before we go? Either of you?
For liberty.
More democracy.
For liberty. All right. Bye, guys. We love you.
Give them the taste of freedom. That's it.